T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
LadyChann! Fight!
Yo, hey girl, it's LadyChann nonetheless, and welcome to Come Box with Shan. It's the weekly wrap up. Where are you? It's the weekly wrap up. Shiggity show in the building. That's right. Let go. What's up? No. What's up, everyone? Alright. Does my mic sound nice? Chickity check 1, check 2. Does my mic sound nice? Let's get it on, doesn't it? Come on. Wardrobe malfunctions are in the building. Okie dokes. How you guys been? Today it's been a 8 days. Just, you know. It's better to see you guys in the building. So, let's go. What's the topic? Conor Benn on Piers Morgan. Figueroa and Magsayo. We will be doing a points rewatch and point score on that tomorrow. It ended up, and I predicted that it was going to be controversial to say the least. Hang on, let me just see what up, Joe. What is then we'll get the hosts of Co. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. Do. What am I? Let me see. Hold on. Oh, I can see you guys commenting on that. Is that what you're commenting on? Let's have a look. Hold on. Oh, I can see you guys commenting on that. Is that what you're commenting on? Let's have a look. Hold on. All right. So, I think what we're going to do. 1 minute. Hang on. Okay, cool. I think we just give it. We'll give it. It's giving blue. Yeah, I want the whole way blue. Okay, let's just go. Come on. 1, 2, 3. There we go, yo. So what's the scenario? As I combine, heat up on the mind. Speed up, weed up, bring it back, come rewind. All right, so I'm gonna put the I'm gonna put the banner on. Let me do the banner. Sorry. And then I'll do the members only roll call. Oh yeah, we'll have the first episode of Steve Cunningham tomorrow. You know, I know you guys members only saw it in full and non-members. But then it's gone now to members and it will, you know, be chopped up. So that will land. He had some really interesting things to say. So let's get this banner. Banner, that nigga banner. Well, she is I and I am her. Oh, okay. Let's go. Conor Benn, because he was on Piers Morgan. It was interesting, to say the least. It was interesting, and those that are on the panel, it wasn't available to the Yanks. It weren't. But I sent it to a couple of people that what I did, I screen recorded it and sent it to a few couple. So, you know, if you ain't seen it, probably not going to be the best time for you to be on the panel. But if you go, you know, we'll see. Figueroa versus Magsayo. Ya tú sabes. Magsayo sounds Spanish. Weekly wrap-up show. That's the name of my show, isn't it? The weekly wrap-up. Sorry, I'm back in the Buddhism. I don't know what happened. I was doing the banner. I know, guys. Sorry, I'm back in the Buddhism. I don't know what happened. Technicalities. Fucking hell, mate. God. Hang on, so I have to start that, but so annoying. Do you know, I think I'm finding this parts of this lappy really annoying. Because when you type on it, it can be a bit niggly. So now I have to type that out again. So Conor Benn on Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan. Figueroa. Sorry, guys. Versus Magsayo. This is where I got to, didn't I? And then it just all went paired, didn't it? Magsayo. Weekly wrap-up shiggity show. I'm getting flashbacks of a dream I had, but it's very fragmented. It's just it's literally just flashing back as I type. Maybe that's the problem. Sorry. Flashback. It's weird. You know, sometimes you have dreams and then they don't completely make sense, or you just get bits and pieces coming. Right. Kaboom! Got there in the end, didn't we? Forgive me for my negligence. All right, so let me just do the roll call. Get the people in. You know, there. I see you waiting. I'll see you. Andrew T in the Buddhism. Ivor in the Uzdania. Modern Key in the Buddhism. Don Juan. Ben Adams. Then Stephen T. ERF Boxing in the Buddhism. Mark in the Buddhism. Slim Boxing in the Buddhism. Mark Niggity Nash in the Buddhism. Dub Rightside in the Buddhism. Artilette in the Buddhism. D Style in the Buddhism. Devil Beats. Jimmy McClenley. Ringside Reporter Live in Buddhism. Queen Lisa Bells in the Buddhism. AJLJ in the Buddhism. Charlo in the Buddhism. Upload type El Primero en el edificio. Dr. P in the Buddhism. Ricky Ricardo, mi hermano, in the Buddhism. Boxing God in the Buddhism. Zara in the Buddhism. Yeah, that's where we are at the minute. Okay, yeah, I know. I did disappear. Okay, so I'm introducing, introducing Introducing Kenny Ken. Ding, 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 ding.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I tell you what, it's absolutely freezing. You must have the heating on really, really high where you are, because I have no heating where I am. I am freezing.
Shit. Yeah.
And they say that we need to brace ourselves for the cold. One of the coldest
big
weeks.
Chill, they say. I thought this was
chill.
it.
No, it's the big chill's happening this week. I think it's happening all week. So we're talking. We're saying it's going to be 4 degrees starting tomorrow.
Well, wasn't it 5 today?
It was 5 towards after in the evenings, because I think but it's going to be 4 degrees tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to start off at 4 degrees, but in the evenings, I can guarantee you it'll be 4 degrees. It's going to be absolutely chilled. It always happens around this time in the beginning of March, and then by the time we get to the end of March, by the time we get March, April, it's boiling again. It's semi-boiling.
It's weird.
Yeah.
In the south,
that's British weather.
Yeah, British weather. In the south of America, down south, they're already at like 25 degrees right now.
They're like Aussies, aren't they, down the south, isn't it? Because remember, that parts of South and California, that's near Mexico, isn't it? So, like I said, like parts of California border Mexico, and parts of Texas border Mexico as well, and I think Arizona. So they tend to be boiling really, really,
Alabama,
really hot. But
South Carolina, Atlanta, Miami, all warm, all proper warm.
They're places I have no intention of going to, if you don't mind me saying so, because of the history around the Deep South. You won't be seeing me down there at all. No way.
I need to find out what this Jim Crow. I need to find out what Jim Crow is, because I've always heard of it, and it's something I heard that Mississippi.
Jim Crow. Basically what Jim Crow was is that after the Civil War, it was civil war all around America, especially the South. Black people had the beginning of civil rights. Like, for black people could actually buy their own land. They could actually vote in American elections. And then what's happened? The exception of the Jim Crow rules, what's happened is that separate states around the South became autonomous. So basically, the states in the South, alongside with the help of the Ku Klux Klan, they basically took away the ability for black people to buy land in the United States after the Civil War, and it's Jim Crow, and then they took away the ability of black people to vote. So especially up until like 1964.
Well, they brought it back in Mississippi.
Yeah, but up until 1965, around 1964, 65, black people had to be registered to vote in the South, because the South had their own sort of laws. So basically, when you see Jim Crow, you see a picture of basically a gollywog. So basically, that's what it was about.
It was on the news well, it was on the news that Mississippi. I see you guys waiting. I'm going to put you on. That Mississippi have just reintroduced Jim Crow laws now.
I find it very difficult. There's a lot of black representation in Mississippi, isn't it? Now?
I didn't know what it was. I knew it was something bad because I saw a couple of reactions, and I'm like,
but that's what Jim Crow laws were. Because you think about it, back in the sort of before back in the 60s, 50s, and 40s, and even up until after the turn of the 20th century, Mississippi was the most racist area of the United States. Extent that when South Africa were actually trying to integrate, basically originate apartheid, they actually came to Mississippi to check on their segregation laws in Mississippi. So if you think about apartheid in South Africa in the 1940s, that is actually a carbon copy of what was happening in Mississippi. So South Africans used to come to Mississippi because that's how racist Mississippi was back in the days. Remember, let's not forget the lynchings in Mississippi. A black person. Remember Emmett Till the other guy Wolf whistled at a white woman, and you think about if a black person is accused of stealing, shoplifting, they get lynched. So basically, the police used to hand over a black person to the Ku Klux Klan for lynching. And a lot of policemen and lawyers were actually members of the Ku Klux Klan. Some of them were Grand Wizards. So that's what's going on in America.
Mississippi. Escape people from down south if that's the divide that you're under. Anyone, just leave. That just
I don't know what's
sounds
going on now, but that's the history of the United States.
No, they just reintroduced it.
I'll have to look it up.
The state of Mississippi has reintroduced certain Jim Crow laws.
Well,
I shan't be there.
You need to get our American friends on who can describe it more than us, because we live here. We don't know what's going on.
Let's get them on. So we've got AGL Date in the building, Lisa Bales in the building, and King of King Boxing. What up, LadyChann? In the building. Yo, I'm hearing some madness. What you lot are going with down over there in America? This shit.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody?
Are going backwards.
All going backwards. Yeah, I heard something about that. I got to read about it. Yeah.
I saw Baba do a live on it. I didn't tap it because I saw on Instagram on news saying Mississippi's voted back in to reinstate Jim Crow laws. I'm like, I know I heard Jim Crow, but I wasn't sure what it specifically was. But I knew it wasn't something good.
Yeah, it was a lot of laws or whatever. It was just, my mother's from the South. I was always from the North. My family came up, certain parts of my family came up here. So I'm that generation that was born here. As far as Emmett Till, I remember reading about that and hearing about that, and I've even saw documentaries with his mom and everything. I saw the documentary about it. He was just in a store and he had a speech impediment, and I don't know if he whistled at the lady or what. They said they didn't really know, but what they did to that young kid is despicable.
And I heard the lady before she died on her deathbed said he didn't really do that.
She's still alive?
No, just before she died.
No, she's still alive.
She died like 6 months ago. She's alive.
No, she's still alive.
One that admitted that the geezer didn't do nothing to her.
It was her, but I thought she was died. She died.
I thought she died.
No, she's still alive.
She admitted that he's still alive. Yeah, well, she admitted that she lied.
But they tried to take her to, they didn't do it. She didn't go to jail for it.
No, because she's mad old now, and then it's like, it's whatever.
It don't matter. Don't matter. Bill Cosby went to jail.
Yeah, Edward Killing went to jail. He's a murderer. Doesn't matter how old you are.
That's how they run it down there, isn't it?
Well, I know what I'd be doing if I was a member of Emmett Till's family. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. But
her house would get bunned down. Right down. Her house would get bunned down to her ass. Bunned down.
Old or not, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's sad. Well,
that's what I'm saying. They didn't have no problem putting Bill Cosby in jail.
Shouts out to Mississippi then. God, won't be coming to visit you guys. Won't be over there. We're never going to the South really anyway, to be fair. It was always putting us to that. It was a madness, but I thought it was getting better, but it's just no. Anyway, let's bring it back to the world of boxing, because damn, thank you guys for updating me on that info, because look at people, they dropped off, they're like, oh God, look, race. Well, you can't deal with it, then such is life. I'll drop off on the numbers, because, sometimes current affair topics can be discussed. But we're ready to rock and roll.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
So, right. Anybody watch the Conor Benn thing?
Yes.
I saw it.
Yeah, that was mandatory, so I watched it.
Yes, it was mandatory. It was. I was like, don't come on the panel if you haven't watched it. Because
Immediately watched it.
yeah, because a part of the show, a lot of the show is about it. Kenny Ken probably can get a blight if he ain't watched it. He didn't get that thingy because it was available to him in the thingy, and I know Kenny worked.
Because what's that? I've been
Okay.
watching wall-to-wall football because I've been doing some stuff with the football community. But come on, I've got to watch it, and I've actually got a few things that went on. So
yeah,
I've got some notes. I've got some notes, some transcripts. But
okay,
one of
because it
one
wasn't
of the
available
things
to our US compadres at all. So
they'll find a way. They always find a way.
Yeah, I recorded it for them, and
Chan, I found a way. I was able to watch it through the link. I have a VPN, remember?
Yeah, you got the VPN. Yeah. Unfortunately. Desafortunadamente. But okay, let's go. That's quite strange.
Yep,
all
Ken,
right.
You're right. We find a way.
Yeah. You lot always find a way, didn't you? Yeah, but we always find a way. We work hand in hand. So I screen recorded it and sent it on, and it's all good. Okay, so Conor Benn. Oh, Conor. So he came on there. I don't know if you guys saw my report yesterday about, I think maybe to leave him alone.
Yeah.
Because he was talking like suicidal, and you never want to be a part of that, driving someone to, kill let's say delete themselves.
Yeah, I don't like hearing that. I don't like hearing that.
Algorithm on here for some reason. Self-delete, they call it. We never want to see anyone do that, and we know, the internet can drive you crazy and balmy. So I was like, all right, maybe foot off the gas. Maybe the geezer's really fighting tooth and nail here to go on Piers Morgan. Now, I watched Piers Morgan a couple hours back, and I'm still left back in the dark. The darkness has re-entered the building. The confusion is in the building. The no lo sé is in the building. The no entiendo is in the building. I don't know is in the building. Listen, guys, what did you get from that? Because the 270-page dossier that's in the building, right? Like we spoke about, he is going around the houses talking about he ain't giving it to the Triple BC because they don't deserve to see it because they've like mugged him off. But Piers Morgan and even his dad Nigel said, we don't know why just not present it to them, and then you can fight in the UK. And he's like, well, I have no plans to fight in the UK at the minute anyway. So stuff him, he said, basically. So Piers Morgan stepped on the gas a little bit more, as he does, and said, yeah, but why don't you want to give them the dossier to, you've got all these scientists, you paid a lot of money, why ain't you presenting it to, again, the Triple BC? There was no clear answer. That it was, I want to, but they said legals and legalities that, my legal team said. So what's someone else help me?
It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful.
I mean, actually, we'll start with Kenny. But all right, we'll start with Kenny. We'll go to Kingy.
Okay.
Kenny.
Start with King, because he watched it more than me.
Go ahead, King. Go ahead.
In one word, I mean, straight up, one word, cap, bro. Like you just don't, the whole, to me, it, okay. All right, so I'm about to give it to y'all raw. I'll keep it clean so I don't mess. What?
No condoms are in the building.
Yeah. You feel me? So look, so check this out. But hey, this is the thing about it. It created nothing. It's a PR campaign that basically proved nothing. You came out, said the same thing. All right, cool, fine. But you say you have all these lawyers, all that, like, it, just imagine I got all kinds of whips and got this and that, and then you see me walking down the street. It's like, bro, then show it. Like, show us something. You denying it is nothing new. What it sounds like to me is you trying to place it on everybody's sympathy, man. Yeah, I don't want nobody self-delete. I don't want none of that either. But hardcore as I am, I'm gonna keep it real. When you got kids and you thinking like that, that's some selfish shit, and I don't want to hear that. Like, I understand you feel ridiculed, but if you're getting called something that you feel is inaccurate, then prove it as being inaccurate. It's not like somebody called you a monster. And I don't understand that people make these little comments on the internet, but we got to thicken up our skin. Just because somebody tells you to go do that doesn't mean you should break. They mean nothing to you. The people that actually matter to you in your life, those are the ones whose opinions should matter to you. So coming out, telling me that and trying to feel like, and then on the top of that, the WC tried to slide in an excuse with the eggs, which we know is not valid in the UK because they don't have that type of contamination like we do over here. But he basically said that's not even a reason. That doesn't exist. So we might as well eliminate that. So that's not this isn't an accident. You brought no evidence of saying anything. Like, he's just basically implying that somebody, first he was trying to imply like it was deliberate, but then Pierce asked him and he kind of implied, well, maybe somebody made a mistake and this, that, and the third. And it just, to me, it was just like it. I guess it was a sensitivity, like he was just trying to play on people's sensitivity, but no evidence. If you have 275 pages, give us 10, give us 15, give us something. Don't be talking about you have all this evidence and all legal. What legalities are we talking about? Are you suing the British border control or something like that? No, I don't think so.
He is.
Yeah, so so if you're suing them and that's where we're at, then the best bet for you to do at this point, basically not being able to reach no evidence, is to be quiet and just go and let it play it out.
3.5 million pounds, and that's where.
Yeah, but then, like I said, that's going to be a process that goes through. But even in the process, if you, I like I said, I don't understand the legal stuff. But if somebody, if I see attorneys do it all the time, release stuff that shows that you're like. No, we got proof that he's like the first thing you would do is to release that. So why, if you have actual proof, why would that be something that you couldn't make everybody aware of? I don't know, man.
This is what I'm saying. I don't get it. It's like you've got it. That's like did Piers Morgan say it's like if you've been accused of murder and you could get off the case, but you're like, nah, I'll hold on to it until I'm. Doesn't make any.
If you had a video of somebody else committing the murder, it don't matter if you release it now or during the case. It's still going to be a video of somebody else doing it. So what are you talking about? Why the hell you release it now and then when you go to court, you release it again? So, I mean, it doesn't make any sense when you're trying to prove it. And then you're just so arrogant. Well, I'm not going to fight there anymore anyway. Ain't that where you from? How you just going to say you're not going to fight somewhere where you live? Like, what?
That's what I want to know. He's totally said, fuck the UK anyway. Well, I want to see how far he's going to get, like, solely fighting in America, where you guys don't really rate him anyway. He ain't really proven himself. And he ain't going to draw. Well, maybe. You never know. Stranger things have happened around here, baby. But I don't know if he's going to be a big draw. I mean, it's not solely in America. He said he can box, in different places in Europe and that. But, I mean, it's just not, oh, well, my dad ripped up his license, Yeah, but that was your dad. And we're 30 years on. I don't even know what the reason why your dad did that or how many years ago that was. So are you following suit of your dad just because? Yeah, I don't get it. Queen Lisa Bales. Do you get it?
Yes. No, not totally. He did say, I watched the clips you sent. He said it was pride. He did say pride. We're talking about we're talking about a 25, 26-year-old young man.
I don't care.
I got you, yeah.
Your career on the line.
Yeah, I got you.
Go ahead.
But he grew up around social media, so the things that people say really bothered him. He said somebody said something about his child and racist things. He said this and that and this and that.
They did.
Yes, his career's on the line, but I do how I thought when I was 25 is not how I think today. So when he said pride, I was like, it sounds like he doesn't trust the British border boxing control for whatever reason.
Why did you
I don't know if it's
You did a 270-page dossier to present it to the WBC that doesn't need any medical evidence at all, that provided you with an alibi. So what was the point of spending all that money? Who needs that to the proof? The British Boxing Board of Control said we've got no vendetta nor any agenda against you, but you've popped that once but twice. All you have to do is present that to us. It doesn't matter if you're 20, 15, when you was at school and the teacher said, you had to do something and you know that you did it. You know, kids came in and said, oh, the dog ate my homework. Well, you know, in this day and age of social media or smartphones, if you had the evidence that your dog, you cammed up on your dog and videoed your dog shredding your homework, you know, like an hour before you had to pick it up off the table to go to school to hand it in, and you've got that evidence, like, why would you be like, no, because my pride, because my teacher accused me, so she didn't believe me, so I ain't presenting the evidence at all? No, doesn't make sense. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I really don't understand what his gripe is. Well, I get it. I do understand what his gripe is, but I'm sure there's a lot of things that we don't know. However, he just sounded like, it was nothing really concrete, because we don't know what's in that 200 and something page dossier. And, you know, it's just, is it public record?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't think so. I don't know. It is, because the Piers Morgan was really pushing him. Like, well, why? I don't know, man. I don't know. He sounds like an angry young man right now.
Yeah, crazy.
All
right. Yeah, mad. All right, thanks, sis. AJLD. Thoughts, opinions?
More or less. I really took nothing from it. He sounded sincere, and I do want to believe him, but it's you're not really helping your case if, like, you have a 270-page plus dossier or whatever proving your innocence. Why not just turn that in? And you prepared to the WBC. Why not turn into the the BBC or whoever you need to clear it with? I mean, it doesn't. I mean, Pierce was right. He just kept asking. It doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand. And it's like, I do sympathize with him. It's messed up how people are taking shots at his family and racist comments. Like, that's a no. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need to take it that far. So that's unfortunate. But at the same time, it's like, you went on that show to prove something, but what did you really prove? Did you prove anything at all? Like, so what was the point of you even going on the show?
It was pointless. I was so excited.
What do we know now that we didn't know before then?
Yeah, I was so excited for it as well. I was like, yeah, now we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. Now we're going to get down to the bottom of this. And then when I watched it, I was thinking to myself,
what do we learn?
Yeah, I was thinking, is it me that's just missed something and I'm not grasping it? Has my intelligence left the building? Has my comprehension exited the building? I don't know. I was confused because
now he disproved the egg theory, which I didn't know. I thought honestly he signed off on that. I didn't know. I didn't know that. I mean, so I'm glad he kind of threw that out the window. I mean, because I thought that was nonsense, and it's like but other than that, it's like he really didn't. I nothing. So,
hey, the WBC went to that well again. That shit worked with Canelo. So,
oh yeah, of course.
Connor's
not Canelo. Connor's not Canelo. So
yeah, that's the problem. He ain't got the star power.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm really lost. Fight Fan 30 going in deep here. I only read one sentence, not 270 pages. Conor Benn is a drug cheat. He says he doesn't even believe that it was really in his system. He believes that was faked. And he believes that, which there is a weird thing is that, okay, so they tested him 4 times. The first 3 times, you're only supposed to be tested once, to my knowledge. They tested him 3 times. He was clear. On the 4th time, that's when he popped for the clomiphene. Then, with all this back and forth, and then he wanted to get it all checked out. So he his site is seeing, and they're supposed to open the sample in the presence of that scientist, but they wouldn't let that happen. So when they tested it, you know, behind basically their own closed door, it popped dirty again. So does this not scream for some negligence on some part? Edward, what do you know about this?
On whose part? On the testing?
Yeah, because isn't that a case? Wouldn't that be like a case that that does stipulate that he is in his right, that, you know, to have the third party in that's a representative of himself, of Team Ben, to be present to open the other sample. I'm not sure if it's the B sample or if it's I'm assuming it is the B sample, but they wouldn't allow that to happen with his representative.
Well, here's the problem though, is that just is off what Conor is saying. Am I correct? So the issue with that is first, the first, well, see, because now we're in the impression, why was there 4 tests? It wasn't. There was really, VADA had a set of tests, and then I guess the Bridge could, you know, so there's separate tests happening for different organizations. So the additional testing is them asking. Really, you know, most times they only have a 2-year thing for most of the commissions. And anyway,
this is Conor asking. This is after his pop day.
Yeah,
so
he's coming in later. Here's the biggest problem that we have in hindsight is he didn't pop dirty right before the fight. He had popped dirty months before.
In July.
So that's the issue. Is now he's talking about, what happened is probably to some extent, like I said, all this is foresight, because the VADA's not, I mean, ain't like the testing organization coming out saying, they're like, dude, like, bro, this is what we do. You hired us. They're not going to, there's no conspiracy to mess up Conor Benn. And we're talking about a probably billion-dollar company is going to cough that up for really a fighter that's not really significant on the world stage. For what? What's the motive behind that? You got caught the first time. When you got caught the first time, you should have been, when you got caught during the summer, way before the fight. What happened is it looked like you were trying to slide into the fight, and the British control board slapped you with it right before the fight happened, because maybe they were under the impression that you were going to clear it up. It looked like you tried to hide it. Eubanks should have known. You want to talk about informing somebody's party? Eubanks' team should have known the first time you popped dirty.
Yeah,
so don't try to have some revisional history for you. You're the one that's in trouble. You're the man. That's like me robbing your house and saying, bro, like, if you hadn't put that thing in the front room, I would have tripped and broke my leg and got caught.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, no, sir, don't tell me about somebody not being there for the B sample. When you pop dirty the first time, you should immediately, I want my B sample to it. We shouldn't even known. The B sample should have got tested immediately right then and there after the first one. Well, it seems like y'all try to drag it out, and then when the issue got forced, then you bring up this B sample crap. The B sample, I just think that's it's just looking bad. Like, bro, like, it's like at this point in time, wish you would just been like, man, you know, I made a mistake, blah, blah, and just took the L. Now we're going through this, we fighting, but you're fighting, not showing that no evidence, and we just supposed to believe you, and up to this point, determined you're a liar. You know what I mean? So, okay. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. See, shared confusion, because Kenny Ken, AJ. Kenny Ken and then AJ. Go ahead, Ken.
Well, the thing with the whole situation is that it just shows that Thomas, the reason why Conor's angry is because basically it cost him a big payday. Ultimately, and that's what he doesn't seem to take, because what's happening in British boxing is, for too long, the British Board of Boxing has been seen as an afterthought. That, you know, what we have in England is that Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, in boxing now, they run boxing, and then after that it's the box, then it's the fighters, then it's the TV, and then the British Board of Boxing is just a figurehead. And when they finally did their job, something they should have done before, Conor Benn doesn't seem to like it. And the fact is, he says he's suing the British Board of Boxing £3.5 million. The British Board of Boxing haven't even got £3, let alone 3.5 million. So he needs to relax himself and just calm himself. The fact is that you can't have it both ways. You can't take your ball home when it doesn't go your way. You knew full well that in order to keep your rank as a WBC, in order to test the fight, even though VADA is a voluntary, like I said, drug tester.
It's voluntary, but it's mandatory. They had to do it.
But it's voluntary. But the fact is, you will not get be able to fight for the WBC's recognised rankings if you don't subscribe to VADA. Your opponents won't fight you unless you get VADA tested, because they know full well that the UCAD testing is not as stringent as the VADA testing. And the fact is that what Conor's doing is, because the VADA found straits in the system, but the other testing, what he's doing is basically going, like the best of 5 in snooker. Like snooker. For instance, we have the best of 5. The first person that gets up to 3 wins. So basically, he's had 2 positive tests and 3 negative tests. So he's gone for the best of 5. Oh, because I had 3 negative tests. Oh, I'm innocent. Sorry, Conor. This tests don't lie. Like I said, the body you sign up to, you failed 2 drug tests. You have to be punished because simple reason, you didn't tell Team Eubank until the last situation. And that's probably why Chris Eubank Jr., Senior, was making all sorts of innuendos. And we know now why we're doing that. And then what's happened is that someone within the British Board of Boxing leaked it to the press. Now you think about it. If this didn't leak to the press, the British Board of Boxing will still let that fight go ahead. So they did you a favour there by turning a blind eye. So whoever's leaked that, you should be suing them. But even then, you can't sue someone because you broke the law. And that's the thing. He's talking about suicide or anything. Well, I agree with King Kings. Well, sorry, you got kids, you got family who love you. You have to.
He's always been a sensitive lad.
Get on with it. I don't agree with that, and that's the thing with social media. What the problem with boxers have got is that we saw last week that one of the reasons why 2 fighters who I don't think can fight a say of lives made a multi-million-dollar promotions because they got themselves out of it. It's too late. The genie's out of the bottle, Conor. You have to use social media because without social media, you can't use your profile. So you can't. It's like a Hollywood A-list star saying, "I want my privacy. Don't invade my privacy." But then doing a full page spread in the National Enquirer. You can't have it both ways. In terms of
Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, God.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Markle, Meghan Markle says trust me.
That's
I think.
We want to be private. We want to be private.
The only reason why Meghan Markle. The only reason why Meghan Markle is now, like I said, paying attention to issues with race and blah blah. It's because we told her it was being racist. Before that, she wasn't bothered by that. But that's another story. We'll get into that later. Anyway, back to Conor Benn.
Wait, can I ask you something real quick?
That's the truth.
Wait. Let him continue, AJ.
Yeah, so basically, in terms of the whole situation, Conor Benn, he hasn't got a fan base in the United States. You have to fight in Britain. This is where your fan base is. So don't cut off your British fans by saying, I'm not going to fight here, because you're not that big of a bigger name. You're not a greater fighter. We're going to follow you up. You're not Ricky Hatton. If you're Ricky Hatton, then we will follow you. But you're not Ricky Hatton, mate. So relax yourself. Take your ban. Carry on your ban, and then come back strong. Because he's not the only fighter who's failed a drug test. He's not the only fighter who has. Every fighter's and they come back and won titles. Tyson Fury failed about 2 or 3 couple of drug tests.
The list goes on. There's a big lot. Canelo is undisputed. He's failed the drugs test.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, as I said, sports science means more failed drug tests, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you're right. And can I add this to you, what you said, Kenny? So, and to King of King as well, to Edward. So listen, so when Conor Benn first flagged up, which we knew was, now we come to find out it was July, right? I was listening to Rob Smith on Talk Sport. So he came through. Rob Smith is the chairman, one of the chairmen of the guys, the Triple BC. So he came out and spoke to Simon Jordan. And basically, the reason why it dragged on, and this is the weird thing, as soon as they were notified that he popped dirty, which was in July. What Team Ben did, they served the Triple BC a cease and desist gag order. So they weren't allowed to speak about it. But this is the mad thing. So they're waiting in. So they've taken it that, all right, we've been served the cease and desist. He's doing this because he's going to have to, because he's clearing up some shit about the tests being dirty. All right, we won't say anything. We've been ordered by the court. No problem. He said it went into like, you know, a couple of weeks later, I heard nothing. And then they're in, you know, a month later, then they're at the latter end of August and into September. August, he flags, pops dirt. Then they do a retesting, and then he pops dirty again. And then it's like, well, they didn't know what to do. It just sounds like a complete and utter mess. It's like the Triple BC didn't grow a pair of balls and just said, you know what, fuck your order. You're not bigger than us. Eddie Earn's not bigger than us. Whether who's got more money and what, this is the governing body that governs your license in order for you to play, to fight here, and you must adhere. But it looks like there's a battle of authority. There's a battle of authority going on. There's a battle of like leadership going on. Like there's a battle of like what they used on there, battle of hierarchy. Like there seems to be zero hierarchy. Is it the promoters at the top? The fighter comes second, and then the fucking Triple BC like last? No. So that's what's been said. So does anybody, AJ, do you want to speak on it? Because that's weird to me. It's just almost like you got caught doing something and then you've gagged us to not be able to say anything.
Yeah, very odd. Very odd indeed.
Strange.
Very.
Yeah. What did you? So you're just with the thing about. So we know the exit, like you said, is out the window. Where's everybody standing on this then? Where are we ruling on this? Like, because I don't want to bang on him and the poor lad bloody does something stupid, but I don't want to ease up when I know that this just doesn't, it's just against the laws of physics. It just doesn't make fucking sense.
Doesn't sit right. If you have evidence, if you have something proving the evidence, why not just turn it in? I say again, but just right quick, the question I wanted to ask was that I know it's segueing. You guys just talked about it. Meghan Markle. She said she didn't want privacy.
She wanted privacy.
No. She said she wanted privacy. Excuse me. So, well, she gave that up when she married into the royal family. So that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Done.
What what's she married to the royal family for? Like,
you married to the British Empire.
That's like saying like that's like saying like that's like saying I want to be a model, but I don't want to post for photos.
Exactly. I want to be a model. I don't want to do the catwalk.
Exactly. Like,
I want to be a model, and I it's true. I don't want to take a single photo because I want privacy. Get out of town.
That point, the cast the photo to the next. Bye bye.
We ain't even offering you the casting couch. We don't want you on it. You're an idiot.
Facts matter. So if we're going to have a conversation, we have to agree that there's some things that are just true. Facts and data matter.
They do. So Conor Benn, if you've got the stats, facts, and data, why aren't you presenting them? It's a madness for me.
Establish a security code for access to all functions previously transferred to bridge.
Enter code.
173467321 Charlie 32 789777 643 Tango 732 Victor 73117888 732 4767 897 64376 lock.
Security code intact for all specified inquiries and orders.
Sorry, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw something. It might have been 2 days ago. It said that the BB British Border Boxing Control was like sending out memos or telling other sanctioning boards. Is that what you call it? Yeah, to not sanction him. Is that how you say it?
Oh, I don't know. Were they? They can't do
Yeah,
that.
I have. No, I'll send you. It was. I don't know if it was an article or if it was on Twitter. I saw it. Yeah, like record urging people not to, because this is not resolved yet. Yeah. So there's another board over there in England somewhere.
UCAD.
Huh?
UCAD.
UCAD.
Yeah.
I thought it was another one.
Well, UCAD is where he
No.
on. So the British Boxing Board of Control govern to give you your license if you want to fight in the UK as a British fighter. UCAD is the drug, is our version of our
fighter. Yeah, I'm talking about where you get your license. It's another place.
Triple BC people that issue licenses for Brits.
Yeah, so but it's another one. It's another one over there. I forgot the name of it. If you say it, I'll know it. Oh no, man. No, I mean, there's another one over there in.
Not that does with your licensing. Not that. No.
Yeah, Kenny, you know what I'm talking about, right?
So you got your UCAD that deals with basically they're the ones who actually recommend, and the bans with sport is because it doesn't cover boxing, it covers all sorts of failed drug tests for all British sportsmen.
No, I'm talking about the license.
Sis, we've only got one. We've only got one, and it's the big.
No, the only license we have.
It's another one.
No, there isn't. They have got it wrong. We've only got one. That's why he can't fight in the UK. If he could fight, if there was another one, then he'd be able to fight in the UK. He can't fight in the UK. We only have one recognised. It's not like in America where all different states have different things. We have one. It's just the British Boxing Board of Control, and that's it.
But actually,
Nigel Benn ripped up his license under the British.
He can actually still fight here. Though. He can still fight here, though. Because remember,
no, they're not even allowing him to fight here. No. They're not even allowing him.
No, but Chisora. No, but Chisora. Chisora and David Hay. Chisora and David Hay. That fight was sanctioned by the British Board of Luxembourg.
They said that was a long time ago. Their stuff's changed. They said
yes, Luxembourg. That's the one.
Yeah, that's not in Switzerland, sis. That's not in the UK.
No,
and they said they will never let that happen again. So under no circumstances will he be able to fight here. Even when Tyson Fury fought here, as they said, under a British, as a foreign fighter, they still have to give the all clear for that fight to still happen on British soil. So they said until he proves he's innocent, there shall be no fights for Conor Benn on the UK. He said he don't care, stuff him anyway. So, you know.
Yeah, he ain't got no fan base outside the UK. Not that I know of. I'm not going to be presumptuous and say he hasn't got a fan base in other parts of Europe and USA, but you know, I find the situation, strange. But I don't know, man.
Crazy, isn't it?
I think with his situation, he opens the door to a lot of what I call hindsighters. Oh, he was more explosive in his last fight. He's looking a bit bigger. Oh, he has to be the drugs, and I think that's what he's going to get for his career. But as I said, boxers have got. When you're a boxer, you've got to be fit skinned. You have to be. You have to be.
He's always
yes. Yeah. You think about Dillian White. He had to he failed a couple of judges. He's come back and he became a contender. So it has happened. Lucas Brand, he's failed a few and he's had to come back to contender. He's not the only fighter this is going to happen to. You've got to come back. And the thing with boxing fans, we're very forgiving and we move on pretty quickly. And then we I don't remember any other. Tyson Fury, I don't see many people call Tyson Fury a drug cheat. I don't see Dillian
Not
White being
many. I
performance
mean,
drug
the
tick.
title's still
Brilliant.
there when you're ready. But I mean, nobody harps
Yeah.
on it too much, do they? Nah.
Was fanboys don't, that's for sure.
Stronger.
Isn't it?
Yeah, some do, some don't, but for the most part, most don't.
No, but mostly nobody brings it up. Yes,
I mean, you're always going to have some kind of stigma. It's always that people can bring it up if they want to. I mean, I hear people bring it up about Canelo, but like the old fighters, I don't really hear people talking about Roy Jones Jr. and all of that.
Povetkin.
Yeah, they didn't have testing back then like now. Yeah.
Well, like Roy Jones Jr. and his era, a lot of them did pop dirty. Even Antonio Tarver, he popped.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I think what negates a lot of that for when you go to the older, well, one, they're not fighting, so to be honest, most of them ain't relevant until Tarver popped up in that Conahan conversation, that interview you had. I haven't thought about Antonio Tarver, and I don't know, like he's so irrelevant now. So, and then the other thing, to be honest, now some of them probably did get caught in their prime, but most of those dudes were getting popped when they were older and they were whack anyway. So it's like Roy Jones, the situation with him, or wait, did Roy Jones get popped? I believe
he did, yeah.
Well, okay, a good example of somebody that was completely forgiven that we don't even really bring it up is Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley popped, but it's like the way he handled it makes it so that you don't think about it. Then when he said this might have actually been an one-time incident or whatever, you believed him because he was humble about he's like, the rules are the rules. I messed up, blah, blah, blah. Nobody talks about it. You didn't have people coming out with full force and whole groups of people. Oh, it's a conspiracy. If they did all that, then you're right. We would probably have smashed on them even harder. But that's what he's doing. He's making it worse. It's just like MMA fighters pop dirty all the time. They go right on about business. It is a stigma. They're later on be like, somebody can always say to you, well, you only beat me because you cheated, which is cool because you did. So you can be forgiven, but when you're arrogant about it and you get caught and you don't present, now if you definitely know you're innocent and you have evidence and blah, blah, then present it, cool, then you should be pissed. But that doesn't lead you to want to give up, because the solution he's talking about to me is giving up. If you know you innocent and you're going to fight until they have to take you out of here, you know what I'm saying? But he's just like, oh, well, no, I'll just go over here and damn the British board and damn this and that. It's just like, it's kind of like, I want sympathy, but I got arrogance about cheating. Bro, you got caught. Until you prove something different, it is what it is. So that's the biggest issue I have with the situation. That's why everybody else doesn't think about it. Like, we all know that certain guys pop dirty, but like I said, it's just how you carry and handle yourself. I believe Evander Holyfield and pop, like, I don't know if he had pop, but he, like, everybody was like assuming he was. I mean, he did get huge for no reason. So it's just, I mean, it's just how you carry yourself. If you're arrogant and you keep bringing it up, it is what it is. I think the reason we bring up Canelo is just because the way like, he had outside forces covering up for him. So it's like, what the hell? So, that it just is what it is. It's how you deal with it in the midst of the accusations, and he's just doing it all wrong.
See, Kings, there's another one. Like, a lot of people seem to forget. Remember, people talk about Deontay Wilder's, resume, but after Deontay Wilder beat Arthur, was it? Well, after he won his full title fight, he had Spilker. After Spilker, he's meant to fight Povetkin, and Povetkin failed the drug test. But guess what? A few years later, Povetkin's fight. 2 years later, Povetkin's fight at Wembley against Anthony Joshua in September 2018. So Conor Benn has to understand the sport moves fast. People want to see prize fighters. No one gives a damn about your relationship. Don't flatter yourself. Better fighters than you have failed drug tests and come back. So, but the more you talk about it, the more you go on Piers Morgan and blah blah. All you're doing is making it worse and worse. Take your ban, put your feet up, spend time with your family, and come back stronger. We're still going to buy tickets to your fight. You're still going to get promoted by Eddie Hearn. It happens. Sportsmen nowadays, you're going to see more and more people fail drug tests when the sports scientists are involved. I don't care what anyone says. No one does anything.
I mean, because this also serves as an incentive, because, like, now more people are probably going to want to watch him to see him lose.
Maybe.
Who knows? You know what I mean? So that,
He's
so who
loved
knows?
to be hated. He's loved and hated at the same time, isn't he?
So, can I ask a question? What's the temperature there in the UK about Conor Benn? Is he really hated?
No.
Yeah,
No, he isn't.
kind of. I mean, not online. I can see him getting jibed, but I mean, no, it's Ken. I think he is. I think he's getting a lot of hate.
I think what's happening is that no one in the boxing community, none of the whatever boxing in the boxing community, when they go on social media, when they go on YouTube and they get interviewed, not one of them believes it. A lot of them, although they're not saying it, they're basically alluding to the fact, mate, just take your ban and walk away. That's the thing. Take your ban. Stop trying to fight something when you because the end of the day they it doesn't matter because what a lot of people we think in boxing, especially the people I speak to, he thinks this is like, as I said, the first round of the World Championships of snooker where it's the best out of 5. Doesn't matter because you know what's happened. You could test positive for a substance, and then all of a sudden, after that, you have 3 negatives to test. But you know why you have 3 negatives to test? Because it's out your system by that time. You have 3 negatives test. So
his one was 3 negatives and then 1 positive. So exactly. Is it like he was like, I've did all my little thing, I've siphoned off on time. Now I'm negative. Now they've gone, and now I'll siphon right back on. I don't know.
Ask more questions as well.
4 times.
Yeah, but there's another question it asks, right? If we're saying it's a fertility drug, right? We're allowed to say, because of what we knew from the Eastern European athletes, Russians and East German women particularly, that they used to use a masking agent after.
That's what it's for.
So if you want us to, get our thinking caps on, so yeah, those fertility drugs that you borrowed for your missus, that's a masking agent for the hard stuff. If you want to keep on talking about this and not accept your ban, bring it on, Conor. Because the other day, the wheel turns, in boxing. It's going to turn with or without you, mate. Take your ban like a man and come back. Stop being a baby.
And he was like on the Piers Morgan. I don't even know what that is. Well, it doesn't matter if you don't know what it is, mate. We do. We found out. We did our research. He was like, it's to boost. Piers Morgan was like, it's to boost testosterone, and he was like, but I'm 26. It doesn't matter if you was on steroids. That will decrease your testosterone. So or what does it do? What did I say? It decreases it, and then they take the clomiphene to level it back up or something.
Yeah, it's post-cycle therapy, because anytime you do a steroid thing, it cuts off your natural production of testosterone. Yeah, so you have to do something afterwards to fix it. The reason, like I said initially, why, because he was like, people were like, oh, how did VADA test it? Because like I said, most of the boards, because they're limited budgets, can only test for the actual hard stuff, the D-ball, the trend, stuff like that. So, but like I said, VADA and them are ran by people that help people cheat, and they know full well. That's why, even Luis Ortiz got caught with the blood pressure medicine afterwards. It's because they're testing for what? Okay, well, you took the steroids, you may not get caught on that, but we're going to test for what you have to do after the steroids. Right. So his natural production gets shut down. So to get him back normal, where he's still a man, he still feels like a man, and his, he doesn't have long-term effects. That's what a clomid comes. That's why it's no natural place he could have had that. That's the problem with him getting caught with this, because there's no explanation, but unless you openly are taking it, that you had it in your system, and that's the problem. And you look goofy, and you're on TV, and you got Pierce trying to be polite, but at the same time, he's on your helmet. So it's just like, bro, it look bad. It's like, so you have all this evidence and blah, 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 why can't you just show it? And it's just like, you look like an idiot. Well, with the legalities, I would have been like, you know what? That's right. Bam. Report.
Yeah. What the legalities is what you hired to prove your innocence. Ain't that the fucking legalities? Have I missed something? I'm totally gobsmacked about this. And he's
Maybe he didn't do himself any favors.
he ain't. I don't know. Yeah, and you can't be talking about. He's always been a sensitive lad. I've seen him cry a couple of times on TV, a good few times, over the last few years. He's a sensitive lad. So I mean, to see him tear up and have a little weep on there. I mean, a part of you like, dude, you can't lie. You can't be.
Chan?
Are you lying? Like, because you wouldn't be going this above. A normal person would not be going above and beyond like this if they knew they did this. Did this? Is it someone on? Can it possibly be someone on his team that was feeding him this? His nutritionalist that he did not realize somehow, because it can be crushed up in tablet form. It can be, but the anabolics is usually a shoot 'em up jug. I'm just trying to see different variables here, because I just don't know why someone would go that above and beyond. But I've seen, like, at the end of the day, I've seen murderers, like, literally fucking people that shouts out to Alex Murder. That, like, that's a trial. I just saw him blatantly stand up and do a whole trial, stand up to the judge. I didn't do it. X, Y, Z, right. And then you got found guilty. So, I mean, at the end of the day, there's guilty people that do stuff and they will go above and beyond saying that they're not guilty. We've seen it time and time and time again. I'm not talking about in sport. I'm talking about necessarily in sport, but I'm talking about in life, like I said, with murderers and serial killers and all of those types of things. And they're point blank did it. And they will plead not guilty and go to trial. Only to be found guilty for the most part. But do you know what I mean? Like, because if they really had the evidence to prove that they weren't fucking guilty, they wouldn't be proven guilty, is the whole point. So if you've got the evidence to prove that you are not guilty, why are you not declaring it? Why are you not presenting it? I don't get it.
Arrogance is...
That's not logical. Illogical. That's not logical. The objective is, the task, the mission, the goal is to show that you're innocent. Arrogance is nothing to do with it. Pride is nothing to do with it. Immaturity is nothing to do with it. All I can see, it is pretty much deceptive. It's deceptive. You can't talk about you love your career and this is a shame on your career and you would never do this to your dad and your family's name. Arrogance can't get involved. If you need this to clear the career that you said that you love and you want the toughest fight now, Manny Pacquiao, old and flailing, but hey, it doesn't, it's illogical. That's not how my brain works. That's illogical. The objective is to prove your innocence.
Yeah, whoever he has set up as his PR rep is garbage, because this is like low-key a disaster. Like I said, it was trying to pull on people's sympathy, but like, bro, pull on sympathy with honesty, bro. Like, be honest. Like, I'm just like, and like I said, ain't me trying to be hard, but I'm so tired of this generation talking about something wrong with them and I'm on the self-delete and blah blah blah. Okay, go cry in the corner. I'm from that generation. Suck it up and shut up, bro. I wish I could have used that as an excuse when I was a kid. When I was his age, I would have got beat up.
Yeah.
Now it's like, it's just we're gonna go to that. So now I don't say nothing to me, even though I'm wrong, because I might hurt myself. Okay, well then stop cheating people. You might have hurt Eubanks. You didn't give a damn about that. So I don't want to hear it. Like, you took an unfair advantage in a situation where you could hurt somebody and we're going to see it in 20 years when you see a class action lawsuit and a bunch of boxers and fighters are suing all these people that are involved in these incidents where they're allowing people to cheat and people really getting hurt from it. So I don't know. I didn't feel no way one way or another. You got cheat shit. You got caught, but now like the more he talks, the more frustrating and irritating it is. Like, bro, just shut up. If you got all this, then sit back. If you're waiting for legality, quit doing interviews. You look like a clown. Just sit back, be quiet, announce your next fight, and then if somebody wants to take a chance against you, then so be it. But don't be out doing interviews being arrogant. He didn't do himself no favors. It's terrible.
It's terrible. Ed was like, throw him in the garbage. He's like the boxing pundits, you know. They're all going on at me and all that. I know we are. But what can we do, bro? What can we fucking do? Like, anybody... Ed, I can see you, Kenny. What can we do? Nothing. Or like what Edward said, keep quiet then. Because all you're doing is digging yourself a good old grave. You've opened a can of worms. You've gone on Piers Morgan, opened the you've opened it up.
Worst person to go on. The worst person to go is Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan is what he is in the tin. You know, obviously, Piers Morgan, the only person that Piers Morgan promotes is Piers Morgan. Simple reason. He's one of the. Piers Morgan is one of those people that if you chuck him off, like I said, chuck him off the Larry King show, he'll come back to do GMTV. You chuck him on GMTV, then you go and give him a soul. Piers Morgan is one of those people who basically takes up an issue, thinks he's like a top interviewer, and people go to bed with him for two reasons. Publicity. He's the biggest networker ever. You know, but it's not gonna do anything people in boxing. We're just to think, yeah, all right, big deal. What's Piers? You can't get Piers to fight your battles. It's over. You know, take your bang like a man, as we keep on saying, and resume your career. And yeah, by all means, go to the United States. Try and build yourself up, man. What you would do, or go to Australia where your dad lives. That's fine, but you're not going to get the love and you know, like I said, how do I say it, the traction you get in the UK. And there's still British fans waiting for him. The fact is the Ben name in British boxing is massive, massive. You know, we love Nigel Benn, and because we love Nigel Benn, we'll give you the benefit of that. We're angry at you, not because you're a drudge shit, it's because we feel you tarnished the Ben name because we love Nigel Benn. Simple. So, you know, don't bite the hand that feeds you. And the British boxing fan is the one that puts food on your table.
Right. And for you to then go, oh, fuck it. I want to see how far you're going to get, mate. I really want to see how far you're going to get. This generation is S of capital T. What's that? Not down? This generation's SOF capital T. Soft. Oh, SOF capital T. Soft. Yeah, sorry, you spell it out. My bad. My bad. Yeah, that's
what was his dad's response after, you know, it cut off at one point? His dad he asked a question.
His dad finished off. There was a next part to it. His dad finished off.
Yeah, I saw the 3 parts. Yeah.
His dad his dad was kind of like, well, his dad, as you heard, he was going through his own stuff because his mum had passed away, etc., etc. And he said, I was drinking half a bottle of wine every night. Like, fucking hell. They all went to pot. Like, he's kind of like, why don't you present it to the Triple BC as well? He did.
Right. And then it cut off. Yeah.
It kind of floated away. Yeah, kind of that. And I was like, even your dad's thinking that. So what can we say? There's nothing. So this is just
moving on.
Yeah.
Hey, let me just say this. It sounds, look, when it got leaked, he got a resentment with the board. It's obvious. So he didn't think that was going to come out, and this is his way of doing what he's doing. He think he's going to get a license elsewhere, but this is his career's on the line at the end of the day, and his oh fuck, I forgot, but it would be right to present it to the board.
Yeah. If you're not going to do it, then we can't help you, mate. You're just dragging it out. this whole process could have just literally been done and dusted. I mean, he didn't want to get banned. I get it. You don't want to get banned, but you know, you did what you did. They would have probably, they was talking about anything up to like 2 years, and that would have maybe been a quite detrimental in his career. But at the end of the day, look at his body, look at his physique at the run up to that fight. He looked like he was that, come on. Even when he fights at 147, he ain't cut like that. He's an in-shape lad, obviously. But he looked like a Martel figurine. You know when you get the toys, and it's all cut.
I mean, I always thought 147 was a stretch anyway. I always thought he should probably be at 140 until he gets older, you know. So
I thought that, but I think 140 was too hard for him to make.
Did he fight there before? I thought he must have, right? Or
I think he had fought at one. I don't know professionally though, but I did hear that 140 was not. It's funny because he ain't the tallest kid either. He's not. He ain't a big geezer. But I mean, I don't know.
I mean, a lot of the current welterweights are a lot bigger than he is. So
yeah, a lot bigger than he is. Yeah, a lot bigger than he is. So I don't know. I have no clue. No hanging clue what we're going to do with a good old Conor Benn, mate. So that's all I wanted to talk about that.
By the way, Chan, did you watch the interview more than once?
No, I didn't really have time to because it literally was just on like about 2 hours before, you know, the show and them getting ready, and so I watched it in time. But also, he's I did report about this maybe about 3 weeks ago. That he's come back out, resurfaced that he is looking likely he's going to be fighting Manny Pacquiao. Kenny Ken, Conor fighting Manny Pacquiao. Is it? Do we love it, or is it one of these ones where it's
hate it?
Well, you know that's the theme of Conor Benn's career, isn't it? You know, we want Conor Benn to fight fresh, you know, fighters. Who are in his area, I'm one of those fighters. But Conor Benn, if there's a contender who's or an ex-champ, that's Conor Benn, you know, like, and that seems to be where he makes his money, where he sells his tickets. But everyone's going to watch. If Manny Pacquiao comes at the CHANN, everyone's going to, open their curtains. They're not going to, you know what I mean? Because it's Manny Pacquiao and Conor Benn. He knows full well that's what puts bums on seats. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like that fight. I would love that fight. I think Conor Benn, how many times is Manny Pacquiao going to go to the well? I'm saying that I think that Conor Benn will win that fight comfortably because Manny Pacquiao's fighting for the wrong reasons. I believe he's got gambling debts, massive debts. So if you come into boxing for the wrong reasons, then what will happen is that you'll get your come up. Boxing won't be kind to you. You know what I mean? You don't fight boxing. You don't come back because you need the money. You fight because you love boxing. And then we're going to find out if they have a fight, how much Manny Pacquiao needs to be in boxing for the wrong reasons. And it's going to be embarrassing. Conor Benn's a live fighter. Manny Pacquiao's had it. He's finished.
I know. And that's all Conor Benn keeps fighting, the Finnish geezers. Do you know what I mean? He's like, I told you, give me me toughest fight. All right, it was Manny Pacquiao, 47-year-old.
Exactly.
Stop.
Yeah, Manny had old money from that situation when he was supposed to fight Marky Garcia.
Yep.
So I don't know what's going on here. Plus, he just had a campaign that he probably spent a lot of money for. He didn't become the president. Maybe they take campaign donations over there. I don't know. So it's just a mess.
God, yeah. So that, we'll assume that. How much would you think they'd be getting paid for that fight? Fucking hell. Is that a big fight that everybody's going to want to see in America with Conor Benn and Manny Pacquiao?
Not really.
No. No, because we thought Manny was retired. He did an exhibition, I think, or was supposed to do one. But I don't even know if he could have did that because he was fronted some money or whatever. It's just a mess. You know what, Manny's a philanthropist. He gives a lot of money away, donates a lot of money. But when it comes to financial literacy, he still kind of always leaves himself kind of in a hole, if you know what I mean.
God. Yeah, well, Conor Benn, we all look pretty deflated. Well,
it will sell here. It will sell here because of the Ben name, and because it will sell in England because you know British.
Yeah.
How many times a British fight fan is going to get the opportunity to see Manny Pacquiao in the flesh?
Massively.
Manny Pacquiao,
Yeah,
we'll buy it here.
But at the end of the day, he can't fight here, can he?
Nope.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look, let's just say the fight.
That's a Saudi Arabian fight where they could get the big bag.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, let's just say let's say the fight does happen and Conor does win. He won't get credit. So, you know.
No, not really.
Won't give him credit.
No, he won't really. Even Eddie Hearn saying like to a degree, like Conor has to get on with it now. Because Eddie Hearn put himself really in the firing line for this because he kept banging on about, he's going to prove it. And Eddie Hearn must be now frustrated, like, this is dragged on for too long.
Isn't he? Eddie Hearn's out of pocket. You know what I mean? Can you imagine it? Why do you think he tried to take it into the 11th hour? You know, he didn't want injury time. He wanted extra time. He wanted a replay, Eddie Hearn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? You know the situation where, you know, when you've got a bent referee and you won't blow the final whistle until the favourite team gets the winner. You know,
right.
Eddie Hearn will still be arguing this, 5 months down the line if he could, but we won't let him. Eddie Hearn,
yeah, because he's trying to backtrack on the WBC. I mean the Triple BC saying, it's their fault. They're lying. They didn't try to pull this immediately.
Look,
it was us.
This didn't get leaked. We'll be still talking about this fight. We'll still be debating it.
You would have had it. Yeah,
exactly.
We would have had the fight, and then it would have popped dirty after. Oh well. Yeah. And life would have kept on moving as it's known to do, you know. Yes, I mean, stop harping on about it. I don't know. I don't, like I said, self-deletion, not on it. But I mean, it's not a nice thing to waver onto the audience, because it almost makes us. It's almost like, you know what, you guys, when it's like, you do something and you pick up the baby to shield you. Nobody's gonna, you know, it's a metaphor, by the way, not a fucking real baby.
Didn't Floyd Mayweather Senior do that with Floyd Junior when he was young? When someone's pulled a gun on him and he used his Floyd as a shield.
Yeah. Do you see?
Yeah, he used him for a shield. Allegedly, that's what they said.
Well, nobody's going to be. It's almost, that's what Conor Benn's kind of doing to us. You know, I felt so low, and this is the lowest that I can get, that I can consider self-deletion. Even though I got my son, my missus, my dad, my family. If you think popping dirty is going to ruin your family or tarnish your family, don't you think self-deletion is going to look even worse? Like, so it's almost like he's like that. Like Simon Jordan's really livid, and there's not many things that I agree with Simon Jordan, but it's true. It's just like Conor's got everyone by the balls, hasn't he? It's like, you say this, I'll slap a cease and desist on you. You do this, guess what? I'm suing you. You take jabs at me, guess what? I'll self-delete, or I'll think about it. It's just like, dude, like, are you above reproach and critique? Like, the fact is, you have popped dirty, and the thing that's so deluded to me is that he's saying he doesn't believe that it was in his system anyway. Like, how can you? But yet he can't prove that, because it was like. But he can't prove that it wasn't, because it came up that it was. And even if they have tainted that, how do you prove that it wasn't from you? And then he says, and kind of contradicts himself and says, you know, well, it was only small trace amounts. So was it in you, small trace amounts or not? Do you understand? that just befuddled me anyway. I'm no clearer. I'm none the wiser. That was pointless. You should have left it in the little boxing community. Now you've opened, the doors for everybody to have an opinion, because everybody fucking has one. And yeah, so you've messed yourself up, lad.
I have opinions just like anyone else. You got opinions. But unlike what you're doing is I bring facts, data, statistics, things you can go look up yourself.
Yeah, he ain't looking up nothing, mate. Yeah, so shouts out to him in his opinion. Because until he provides facts, all it is, it's an opinion that you clean. It's your opinion, Conor. And it ain't good enough. So, moving along swiftly. God, this bloody laptop's getting on my nerves. Oh, hold on. Bringing up shit. Come on. Moving on swiftly. Oh, yeah, Edward.
What's going on?
Oh, yeah, now that you're here, I can get your opinion. Wilder hugging Tyson Fury. Because you dipped out. I'm saying, oh, yeah. Need
No
you in there.
comment.
Who the hell no comment? How no comment? You can't plead the fifth on that.
No, it's not a fifth. It's no comment. I have
Why
no
is it
opinion.
no comment?
I have no opinion or concern. No comment. Got nothing to say about it.
Oh, so you dipped out on purpose then? So because you didn't want to talk
No,
about
that's
that.
not what happened. Okay.
No, we don't want to talk about that online.
Yeah.
We don't. So. Okay, no comment. Yeah, that's it. That's always the way. Always the way, innit? Always the way. They've always got comments when it's when we preferred
Who is they? Because I'm not them. It's not relevant to me in boxing. It's not.
It is.
It
Is.
so
It's your opinion.
I said no comment, but
your opinion. None of this is relevant to us in boxing because really everything that we're talking about.
No, the whole conversation we just had is relevant about boxing because the guy was in boxing and talked dirty.
So is this. Because
I just said no comment, and now you're trying to.
It's all right. You don't.
You don't.
Yeah, you don't need to comment. It's all right.
Still fighting to this day. To this day. To this day. You just sit here. You don't know what I'm.
That's what you get me. No comment. When we needed the no comments, there was comments. When we needed yet again, I'll tell you how this ties in quite neatly as well, because yet again, no stats, facts, and data is ever provided. Conor Benn didn't provide any stats, facts, and data. Everyone's banging on him. You've commented.
Okay, so if you want to do that, I never defended Wilder lying about Tyson Fury cheating. I never did that. So you know full well it's a personal thing with you because his fans were attacking you guys. So I'm not defending that. I've never defended. I never said Tyson Fury cheated. I never said none of that. So just because I like his fighting doesn't mean I have to defend all this crap. So I mean that's messed up, man. It's not even fair.
From the side,
it's not fair.
You don't. I know you don't rock with any of that.
Yeah, so why are we even saying that? Like, let that dude die. Let that drama die, man. Because it's like
it says, "Come box with CHANN" on here. The last time I checked.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, I'll leave the show. I'm sorry. I didn't mean no disrespect.
No. It's not about leaving the show.
It's your show, so I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm gonna leave.
It's not
all
about.
Right,
you haven't let me
I appreciate
finish.
everybody. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Drop off if that's the case. Jesus Christ. Over Wilder. That's silly, isn't it?
It's not over Wilder. It's over your attitude trying to install me into that.
Because you haven't
I had nothing to do with that. So I said no comment. Then you're going to ask me no comment because, you guys come. It's not you guys. I didn't do any of that.
Okay, so
None of that. You need to go deal with those people and figure it out. And then maybe you'll get over it. But it's not that serious.
Okay.
I'm getting tired of being like, I had nothing to do with that. I've never said nothing derogatory to anybody that was an AJ fan. I never said that Wilder's a liar. Like Wilder's telling the truth because Tyson Fury, he snuck it. Like I know how ludicrous the stuff is. But to sit there and then every time we go to this, like try to imply y'all, I have nothing to do with that. Just because I think that Wilder knocks dudes out and it's entertaining to watch doesn't mean that I have to defend and live with everything decision he makes. I mean, that's just all there is to it. I said no comment. You could have let it die.
Oh God, look, I'm trying to jump in.
You try to imply I dipped out, and you know why I wasn't on the show, but you try to imply that I did. Okay, whatever, man.
No, I know. Listen, I know. Okay, but I was just poking.
It's not, but but I understand. Look, and I'm going to be like this. I understand I think I've explained this to everybody. This is why I've changed my stance about boxing. I remember the shit between AJ and Wilder and all the bullshit that went along with that. I was a part of that shit to an extent till I realized how trash it was. And disrespecting AJ was no different than disrespecting Wilder. They're both my brothers. So it is what it is. But like I said, I'm not still living in that. That shit to me is years ago. I'm way past that. So every time Wilder does something, if it's not something to do with fighting, I really don't give a damn. I just don't give a damn.
It was always, God, I'm not loud. Look, all right, I've got, listen, I know for one that you wasn't rocking with the excuses and all that. My whole point of asking you about him hugging Fury was your comment on that. Does that now mean, I don't know if you went back and watched my show, does that now mean we can drop all of that? Because what he's done is basically hugged the geezer that's accused him.
It's been dropped. It's been dropped since he got beat the second time. Because you said the reason you lost is because he cheated. The second time you got beat up again, you got knocked out again in an epic fight. You both went back and forth.
Yeah, but he was still saying it, is my point.
Well, hey, you know what the best thing to do is maybe reach out to Wilder's team so you can ask him why he's still doing it. Because I can't control a grown man. I've already said that I don't rock with, so it's like you can't. Nobody's proven that none of us have proven that he hasn't proven he's telling the truth. Just like Conor hasn't shown us no proof.
So why are you getting so antsy?
No, I'm getting irritated because you're sitting there, you asking me about it. I said no comment because
I asked you about it. That's why I said my show's called Come Box with Shan. So I've asked you. I'm Shan, and I'm asking King of King,
and I answered no comment. And then you started saying you lot and this, that, and all this other crap. That I had nothing to do with that. I have never shitted on anybody on this show about being mad about Wilder lying.
If you want to shit on a fighter, you can. If you don't, you don't. We don't have to live by your standards. If we want to shit on someone, if I want to shit on someone,
I'm saying, yeah, and you do that, but you got to be real and stop being emotional just because I'm not involved in that. Don't try to draw me into the drama. Go deal with the Wilder fans that were disrespectful to you, but you're not going to do that. So you know what? Hey, everybody, I denounce Wilder. I'll never watch another one of his fights. So nobody has to ever ask me about this dude again because I'm way past it. Like last time I checked, he ain't fought in years.
Cool. You're too because I bang on Tyson Fury. Fucking Kenny Ken is a Tyson Fury diehard fan, and he goes to his fights, pays money for his tickets. Do you see Kenny Ken flipping out? I bang on him. Kenny Ken. I asked Kenny Ken, "What's your opinion on Tyson Fury's doing his fuck shit again?" Do you see Kenny Ken reacting like how you just reacted because of Wilder and him?
My problem wasn't Wilder, but because you want to be insufficient in listening to me. I clearly said the issue is you trying to put me in the barrel and make me responsible for what all of them are doing.
You are to respond like everybody else.
I said no comment in the story. Why couldn't you just take that?
You didn't respond. Fine, but that is your response.
Yeah, and then you imply. Then you know what? So no, because I need to go ahead and put my business in the street. Then you imply something that you know is not true.
I stopped you putting.
Yeah, but you said it. Why'd you say it though? It started because you said, "Oh, is that why you ducked out the show?" And you know full well that's not why. So okay.
Okay, sorry. Because it was more of like a jibe. It was more of like a little dig. That's why I really.
Well, the situation that happened, that's not something funny or a jibe to do. So okay. All right, no, it's cool. I see how you is, so it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, my bad.
My bad. I'm talking too much on your show. No disrespect.
No, I didn't say that. And now you're acting. You're going too far. You're going too far. There's no need for that. I don't understand. I just asked about an opinion about fucking. We've got everyone on this panel that likes different fighters. Lisa likes Anthony Joshua as a heavyweight. I like Anthony Joshua as a heavyweight, amongst a couple of others, but Anthony Joshua. Kenny Ken likes Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury. AJ likes, I would say, I think maybe your AJ as well. He likes AJ. You like Wilder. My fucking moderators like Wilder. I've got moderators that like Fury. You see me put up Bomb Squad. Is it really? So for me to get your opinion with a diverse panel, which I don't want a panel of everybody liking the same fucking fighter, if like only authentically, you don't have to like the same fighter as me. And for me to ask you a question about that and you to explode speaks tenfold.
No, you just you know what, Shane? That's just bullshit. I told you the reason why I had an issue, and because you want to be disrespectful, you ignored it and changed the subject.
No,
so it is what it is. If you can't respect me, if you can't be respectful, that's very disrespectful. Implying, you know what? Like I said, I don't want to put my business in the street, but to imply the reason I got off this fucking show was because something like that is some bullshit. It's bullshit.
Okay.
This is just bullshit.
All right.
It's just bullshit, and you know you're full of shit. So go ahead and swallow that. Enjoy. That's some bullshit.
What? Because I asked you about a comment.
No, and no, that's not what happened. You know what I did not. I just told you because of what you said after I said that.
You said no comment. Is that what?
Yeah, and that should have been in it. But here comes comments, smart ass comments, being disrespectful, being knowing full well that's not the reason that I fucking left this show. But then you still imply the shit just to try to shit on me because you think I'm not gonna say nothing about it. That's fucking disingenuous, especially dealing with the people that were involved in that. Like we talking about the most important person to people to me in a situation where it's dangerous, and your ass is bullshit and acting about some fucking wilder shit, trying to act like that's the reason I got off this punk ass show, man. Fuck that. That's disrespectful. Maybe you don't give a shit, but when it comes to protecting mine, I protect mine.
Our show now.
Huh?
My show, punk ass show now.
Yeah, because you on some punk ass shit. All right, but hey, kick me off. I can leave. I don't give a fuck. You can block me, whatever you got to do.
I don't have to kick you off. I just want you to clarify that.
You know what I meant. Now you're just being. This is silly. That's why you don't. Like I said, go get some help for the bullshit. Whoever talked about you, but don't never try to imply that I ducked out on this shit. When I got some shit going on at my house that wet shit that should trump. If any kind of person like that should understand, should trump what's going on here.
You're gonna say it, so can we not leave it? Can we leave it?
But you should have never said that. So that's why I was upset. So don't try and imply nothing about the Wilder shit. It was because you made a smart ass comment knowing full fucking well why I left.
There you go. We've got. Let me just connect you. Oh, jeez. What a day. What a day. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, I'm connecting. I've forgotten how to even fucking connect. 1 sec. Jesus Christ. Okay. I did apologize, by the way, for that bit, but I was just like, yo, like you could have commented, but it's fine. I don't want to rile you up again. Please, let's not. You know.
Hey.
There you go. What up, Arlette in the beauty zone?
Hey, gorgeous. What did I run into? I was just trying to call a comment about Ben, like and then all of a sudden I turned it on and King of Kings, it went left. What? I'm still trying to understand. Oh, but
Edwards.
Yeah,
Edward, she's addressing you, so you may as well answer. Edward.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you off.
Edward, she's addressing you. Why do you?
I'm on the mic right now. Can you hear me?
Okay, but she's on. Yeah, she's just answering.
Yeah, that's why. No, that's why I was just saying. Like, yo, it's some stuff went on outside of this show, and you know, it is what it is. But I mean,
you don't need to keep bringing it up.
I'll talk to you outside. If anybody wanted to talk to me outside, but I'm not going to talk about this on the show.
We're not supposed to talk about it on the show, so she wasn't answering.
No, but it's just she implied something, and I got upset, and that's all there is to it.
I mean, it's over Wilder. It's not worth it. I mean,
I'm keeping it real with you. It's not even about that. That's what the underlying tone is she trying to put. But no, it's other stuff. But like I said, I don't want to talk about it on here. But that's straight up. Okay, it's nothing to do with Wilder. It's not that serious.
Okay, well, I will respect that, but I wanted to make a comment. I was just like, what? I forgot what you guys were talking about.
I forgot you was on the line. I even forgot you was on a line. My bad. Sorry.
I was like, because I was this is my first day back from work. So, I mean, back to work. So I was listening to what you guys were saying about Conor Benn, and I honestly think that I think something is wrong with him psychologically. He seems like he's off, or either those pills, like, because I mean, it's like changes his mood, and that's the way why he acts like that. Because I know when I was like
on birth control, this one time in band camp, go ahead.
Yeah, it was putting me moody all the time, and it's like it messes up with your hormones anytime. And you know that too, as a woman, even before you get your period, you get PMS. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know I do. I can't speak to you, but I'm just saying the hormones do affect the way how you act. You get extra sensitive. I know when I was pregnant, I used to cry for everything. Even when I'm when I'm about to get my period, I get extra sensitive and cry easily. You know, I think it's hormonal. So I think that's why he's acting like that. I really do think he is on, like he was on some type of birth control or some type of thing that messes with your hormones, or either he has psychological problems. Something is not right with this guy. And if he would have just admit that I was wrong, whatever, people would have been forgot about this. But him coming on, saying the same thing over and over, he's the one that keep on dragging this up. It's like, come on, I don't want to hear it no more because in my head he's already guilty. So why is he doing it? Like, the more he brings it up, the more I dislike him. Like, you know, if he would have just said it and admitted, then I would have been like, okay, he fucked up, he's young, whatever. I mean, but now it's like, look, I can't stand you. Shut the fuck up. I mean, no offense. I mean, all due respect. But you know what I'm saying? It's like annoying.
I'm with you. You can say anything on this show. As you can see, everything goes down on here, love. So there's no point apologizing.
That's what I call about. There's this other thing. I don't know. I'm not kind of comment on that. I don't know what.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
I love CHANN and I love Kings of Kings. You guys. Come on.
I'm fine.
I mean, yeah, I can tell you.
I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. So when I got what he's saying, I apologized. I apologized on that bit of what he's saying. I'm not apologizing for asking for his comment on it, and then for me to get a no comment. That's so I'm not apologizing because it's my show, and I asked everybody on a panel what their opinion is on something, and him being somebody that Wilder his like Haplo is Wilder's favorite fighter. I asked the opinion, but I apologize for saying, oh, you dropped off of that because so I apologize because I know that's not why I dropped off.
What was the question?
The question was like Wilder hugging Tyson Fury. What do you think about that? Because now can we basically put to bed that it was a load of shit? I've never said that he agreed with Wilder's excuses. I never said that he was rooting and supporting for that. So I don't know why I got that big explosive reaction. Who knows? That reaction.
The only thing that pissed me off about that Wilder thing is that it's a shame that poor Mark Breland have to like suffer through that. Like, that's like so messed up. And I could never forgive Wilder for that. And like, he threw another black man underneath the bus. He throws AJ under the bus. He throws all the blacks under the bus. Kenny Bayless, Mark Breland, AJ, everybody. But that's how I know that pro-black stuff that he stands for is like a bunch of BS.
I said that on the show last week. I was literally only touching back. I wasn't like going to go through the whole topic of thingy of Wilder, but you know,
that's why I can never
we did cover it last week on my punk ass show. So you know, yeah.
Who said that you so punk ass?
You'll catch it on playback.
Okay,
in the booties. But shouts out to you, Arlette. Thank you for calling into my punk ass show. Massively appreciated.
I'm in the chat.
Shouts out to Arlette. God. Okay, so moving along swiftly. I was going to talk about Figueroa, Mark Magsayo. Who saw the fight? I've just watched the highlights because it was on Fight TV. And it was one day. I'm like, I'm not paying for this. It wasn't expensive. It's a tenner. But I wasn't staying up to 5 a.m. and play tenner just to see thingy. So what I'm going to do is, I did predict. AJ, do you remember I said to you, I feel, we'll do a rewatch and point score. We was going to do Fulton Figueroa rewatch and point score. But I said, unless this one is controversial, we'll cover that one. And what happened? This one was controversial, wasn't it?
Well, I did. I did watch the fight. I saw it. Mark had his moments. He won a few rounds there, but I felt that Fulton still did. I'm sorry, excuse me. Figueroa did enough to pretty much win, pretty decisively. Probably an 8-4, 10, 8-4 type of fight in Figueroa's favor. It's just Mark wilted late, man. The pressure got to him, and he was starting to hold a lot. And Figueroa's pressure was really, really getting to him. But he did his best to stay in there, but it just it wasn't enough. So, but I don't think there was any controversy. I mean, the scorecards were slightly controversial. I mean, I would like to honestly rewatch it and score it for myself, but watching it live, it was still clear to me that Figueroa did enough to win.
I saw a lot of holding, hugging.
Yeah.
There were points.
There was a lot of hold. There was a lot of clinching. Yeah,
deduction. It looked. From what I saw, because it was what was out on fans putting out their highlights. It was pretty. It's quite a weird looking fight aesthetically.
Very scrappy.
It didn't look like they didn't look fundamentally sound. The two of them. It was like slap. Who slap? I've never been high on Mark Magsayo since I got introduced to him. Not last year, the year before, summer before. While I was
not really high on Figueroa, if I'm being honest either. I mean,
me either.
He just seems to be a guy who leans and uses his size to swarm people. And it's like, it's funny, like the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, try doing that to Maurice Charlera and see what happens.
Fuck out.
Exactly.
It's so scrappy.
Yeah. Not the most pleasing, aesthetically pleasing fight to watch, but
So Magsayo, I saw the post fight reaction from him and his manager. They was working in the clinch. He was punching in the clinch. But it didn't look like the ref was on Magsayo's nuts more than fucking.
Yeah, he was. He was. That ref. I didn't like that ref. That ref was a problem.
Yeah, it looked like a fucking. To be fair. But I mean, Mark Magsayo, I just don't find him fundamentally sound. There was defense. That weren't even in the vocabulary for them. They didn't even know the word defense. What I saw, there was just nothing technical about it. It's just
He actually had good footwork early on until he got tired. So switching angles, moving real nice.
I saw him pick up on the latter rounds, the championship rounds. Figueroa.
Yeah. I mean, I Mark had a good start. He had a good start early on in the first half. So then Figueroa came on late.
Right.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Lisa. You saw it as well.
Yeah. Figueroa is a pressure fighter. He's big. He's tall for his weight, but he's more of an inside fighter. He fights good on the inside. Well, I won't say he's the best inside fighter, but he fights. That seems to be where he really gets off. Or mid-range to inside. I had him winning Figueroa. Mark Magsayo did. It was cagey, huh?
Yeah, we'll be doing a rewatch and point score tomorrow. So if you can join us as a judge, it'll be.
I'm going out tomorrow, so I won't be able to come.
Okay, no worries.
What time? What time? Because I got to go out in the early afternoon.
Oh, we're doing it early tomorrow, aren't we, AJ?
Oh yeah, 9 my time. So so 12 your time, Lisa. I think
midday Eastern Standard. 5 p.m.
Oh, if I'm here, I got to go out in the afternoon. But I'll let you know. I definitely Basically, he I don't don't know. He just, it was cagey, like you said. But I didn't like what he was saying, and his wife and the manager or whatever. It was just like, I didn't understand what they was talking about. They was like complaining a lot. And somebody made mention of his jaw at the end. Like,
Yeah,
they think he might have a fracture in his jaw.
No, he said he was fine. In the post-fight thingy that I saw, he was doing all open his mouth. He's like, nah, people said that my jaw. He said my jaw's fine.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah,
I know a fighter said they heard him how he spoke before, and he sounded different afterwards. So I don't know, but his jaw did look kind of funny. But I mean, who knows?
all this, like trying to open his mouth and not trying. He was doing it. No, my jaw's fine. He said there's no pain in my jaw at all. People are saying that.
I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but something about Brandon Figueroa annoys me. I don't know what it is.
No, this was Mark Magsayo that was doing the jaw thing.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I like Brandon. Yeah, I like him. I mean, yeah, I guess because I've been seeing him for years. I seen him when he was coming up. Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
But I'm speaking in general. Something about that guy just kind of irks me. I don't know what it is.
I'm just not high on his fight style, to be fair. I just don't think he's Kenny Ken.
I mean,
you know what? As I said before, I'm in terms of wall-to-wall football and the Arsenal thing. I
want to get on that in a minute before you leave as well.
I just stumbled on the fight. You know, like, I didn't really have time to sort of analyze it, anything. So all I know is the result.
Okay, because I'm going to answer for that, and then we're going to talk about the football before you leave. Because I mean, 7-0, Man U. Yeah, Man U.
That's
I had to.
It was basically, I know before I go, because I'm going to go in a minute.
You may as well say it.
But what I'm trying to say is that
versus Everton, Damari Gray scored the first goal.
Penalty.
Which was a penalty. Brandon Johnson equalises it from Forest versus
he makes it 1-1, and then Everton goes 2-1 up with Decore.
Forest, he equalised, and then Decore scores, and
he equalised again. Brandon Johnson scored another goal.
It makes it 2-2, so they stopped at 2-2. It was a pretty good match. And then we got West Bromwich Albion with West Ham, which was 4-0. They're in relegation zone, aren't they? West Ham's always
right. West Ham are struggling. Chelsea won, which will be
struggling.
I was at the Arsenal game at the weekend where we won 3-2.
You lot won, didn't you? 3-2.
It was
Brighton.
It was Limbs. Yeah.
Who did you play?
We played Bournemouth 1-3.
Bournemouth. That's it. Who played Brighton? Brighton looks like they're a team
West Ham. Yeah,
they got beat by Brighton as well. Didn't they?
But a big talking point of the weekend was the massive game between two Northwest cities, Liverpool and Manchester United, and for some Man United fan away to lose 7-0. It was like amazing to watch. No one expected that result. We expected Liverpool to probably nick it, but we didn't expect it to be like that. But it just shows you one thing where you know the theme in sport is delusion and believe in your own press. And there was a few Man United players who thought that who generally thought because they won the League Cup that they were back to their best, world class, and everyone wrote off Liverpool. And one thing about football is that when you concede a goal, you're going to concede another one and another one and another one. It just shows you one thing.
Momentum, innit? Yeah.
Yep, momentum. But you know, the sad thing about those two sides is that normally a game of that magnitude, both teams are challenged for the title, but it's not actually Man City and Liverpool. So Man United and Liverpool challenge for the title was actually Arsenal and Man City, and Arsenal 5 points clear. You know, this week is the Champions League. If you want to watch it in the United States, watch it on CBS. But it's the Champions League games and Europa League games as well. And then this weekend, there's going to be some big I said football matches as well. So, really and truly, the business end of the season is going to probably happen in April, where it's going to get really, really nitty gritty. You know, we're probably gonna know who's going to be challenged for the title. It's going to go to the last day. The 28th of May was the season cut off. If I was any football fan or anyone trying to get into football, watch the Premier League, because I think the Premier League is going to be very, very exciting towards the end of the season. Also, if you want, you can watch the La Liga, but it seems to be only between Barcelona seems to have won it because they're 10 points clear. In France, you've got PSG. They're leading comfortably in their league off, Lyon and Marseille. And in Germany, it's Bayern Munich and everyone else. But if you really want to watch some exciting football, watch the Premiership. Watch this space because it's going to the last day. Hopefully, my team win the title, but I'm not.
Nah, you won't. You're too far. Ain't you got 14 points behind?
No, we're 5 points ahead of Man City.
Yeah, but 14. Ain't you 14 points behind? Who's that?
No, we're leading the table. We're leading the table. We're in top as Arsenal. Yeah, we're the slight favourites. But let's be honest, everyone who's watched English football over the last probably 10 years, Man City are probably everyone else's favourites. The only people who think Arsenal are going to win it are probably people who don't like Man City, and Arsenal fans are broke because the majority of Arsenal fans are too scared to say we're favourites. So that's always been happening in the football world. Boxing, hopefully, they'll be got a lot better. But to all those people out there, I want to apologise to all boxing fans who have to pay £12 more for DAZN, but there's a good reason. I actually understand it because let's just say the biggest draw in boxing, Anthony Joshua, has joined DAZN finally. So I get it.
What, mate? So what?
But that's the thing with boxing. You can't. How are you going to pay Anthony Joshua? How are you going to pay Anthony Joshua? He's the money you promised him if you don't put the fares up. Sorry,
I know it's not fair though. We didn't agree to that. So that wasn't a part of the agreement. When Anthony was doing his deals, we weren't a part. We weren't in the boardroom. They weren't. They didn't know. You
never know, because basically what DAZN were banking on was that they weren't just banking on getting Anthony Joshua. DAZN thought they were going to get the Premiership football rights in conjunction with Sky, but they didn't get it because what's happening is that BT Sport has done a deal with Discovery, so basically with Eurosport. So DAZN, in terms of like having this added, £12 on top of the monthly subscription, they were banking on not just Anthony Joshua. They know they were trying to get the football fans, but right now it's risk and reward. Hopefully Anthony Joshua fulfills his contract, wins a world title, and then boxing fans who have the doubts, he's the big draw, isn't he? He's the money shot.
Oh.
Simple as,
Well, I don't know, because that's another part of it. Listen, I was doing this about this move for him going from Sky to DAZN. I said Sky is a highly visible, well-oiled, established 35-year-old machine.
In England, though, DAZN
globally, but even though Anthony Joshua was British based, still globally, he's still known. So
if you go to Spain, DAZN's massive in Spain. But it's one of those things. It's the reason why Anthony Joshua's gone to DAZN. It's the reason they offered him more money. He's gone for the money, and rightly so.
What I'm saying is his visibility is dipped, and there's going to be ramifications for that. And I knew that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
you're right.
It's risk and reward, though. It's risk and reward because
I'm going to check on his ticket sales, because I did hear, and I need to check that his ticket sales haven't all sold out for this Jermaine Franklin fight. That's not usual for him. So I'm going to check that out. I can check that out. That's not usual if that's the truth, because his visibility's dipped. People are not seeing him online. I see more and more people mocking him. Not us, but people are mocking him. When he was on Sky, he was on on their interviews being churned out. You saw him. You saw him. Now you don't see AJ.
But it's a package, isn't it? We, as boxing fans, what we've been sold is that we know that Anthony Joshua is big enough and probably should be to basically have his own separate deal with Sky, but he hasn't. He's shown loyalty to Matchroom and done his own and gone with Eddie Hearn.
But at the end of the day, mate, is Eddie Hearn's always going to be Eddie Hearn?
Maybe so, but
You've got to be visible. I have to equate it. He's like an artist. When you're an artist, you've got to be visible. For so people
don't you think towards it? Don't you think? Obviously, it's not a big name fighter, but I'm confident because of what I've seen that I think towards the business end of what we call the business end of the fight, when it gets into like end of March, when people are making decisions, we're going to find that. Yeah, we're basically going to find out by the 17th of March because all DAZN customers are by the 17th of March. They've been told, right, you've got till 16th of March to decide if you want to carry on with DAZN and pay the extra £12.
Is that with us as well, even though we're old school DAZN?
Yes, we've all got a choice. If we press the button before the 16th, we pay. Yeah, so I'm confident. I am confident that. I'm not going to do it, but I'm confident that a lot of people, will buy it because it's anti-Joshua. At the end of the day, people want to see anti-Joshua fight.
Yeah.
As much, and you know what's going to happen? DAZN are going to do what Sky do, try and mess up with the streams, try and put blockers on the streams. Like, so that's why I think that.
This is a bad move all across the board. It was a bad move for AJ to move to DAZN. Don't care. All right, you're getting more money. Cool. Move to DAZN, get more money. Put AJ, even though you said you wasn't going to do fucking PPV, you've done PPV. We've had to swallow that, put that in our pipes and smoke it. But now you're furthermore putting the dagger and twisting it in the wound and telling us not only that we've gone from paying $1.99 to $7.99.
It's
$8.99. We're now going to $19.99. Come on.
Hey, Chan, could I tell them what it's costing for the US?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It went from the first time I got DAZN was the Ruiz fight, the first one. So I just did a one-off, and then eventually I said, well, let me get the annual. Maybe I'll come out better like that, right? I think it was $99.99 for the annual for the year.
Yeah, it was.
And then last year it went from $99.99 to $149.99, which is a big jump. So now I get an email last month saying it's going up from $149.99 to what is it?
$225. $225.
And I was like, they better kiss my ass. The first thought in my mind was kiss my ass. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, but it's happening in the UK as well. I think the whole situation is that the bottom line is that I say this, and I don't want to be presumptuous, but if anti-Joshua has gone to DAZN and he's anti-Joshua, like I said, free organisation champion, we'll be paying that £12 because we want to see a world title fight. Our get out clause is the fact he's fighting Franklin. That's our get out clause to save some money.
He's like, you probably don't have to pay Franklin that much. I mean, he's being paid a lot, but you probably ain't got to give him that much for the fight. Wonder what he was paid for the Dana White fight.
Yeah, but if the tickets is not selling like Chan said.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing. You know what's happening is that, again, it's very hard to promote this fight because simple reason is that, again, the genie's out of the bottle. You know, and that's one of the reasons why I was pushing towards AJ fighting Tyson Fury because of the monetary factors as well. Not because I think it's the right fight for him. I fully respect everyone who says, build yourself up, come again. And I get that. But in terms of AJ, the businessman, the boxing businessman, it's not good business not to fight not to be a former world champion. It just isn't. Simple as big as you are, this is a major test to see if he still has that appeal. And I still think, it's 3 weeks to go. Things can change in boxing. A lot can change. But the fact is that when he signed his deal with DAZN and when he agreed with DAZN, they weren't signed. That AJ probably was probably the AJ that who was the free organisation champion before he fought Usyk. So by that time, he agreed to go to DAZN, but he still had those two fight deals with Sky. So until he finished those 2 fight deals, he was going to go to DAZN. But the reckoning was he was going to beat Usyk. Usyk was smaller than him. Usyk, all he had to do is sit in him and, take him out. And that's what all the big business is about. Now is a different kettle of fish. He's done the deal. He's been promised the money, but he's fighting Franklin. So it's a massive decision he's got to make. He's got to get himself a trainer, someone he was going to listen to, and he's got to build his way up. But I think what's happened, it's got to be an accelerated process for financial. He can't, have Franklin, and he's going to have to step on the opponent and have a big fight, massive, in order to get the money back.
Shouts out to them, mate. This is what I'm saying. Let me do the super chat. Yep, let me talk. Go back on what you said after. 1 sec. Shouts out to Dr. P for dropping that 2 squid. I'm a Punkcast member and proud of it too. That's right. Some people are like, Shan.
Hated it.
Never any excitement lost there on the weekly wrap up. Okay, so I understand everything what you're saying, and if AJ ain't got it what it takes, then it's gonna be known. All I'm saying is that I ain't paying for that. I ain't paying 20 quid a month.
There isn't a sensitive, but the thing is, the thing about it, as much as you say Tyson Fury doesn't fight great fighters, I understand it. But what Tyson Fury's got an advantage over AJ is that when he fought Derek Chisora, no matter, we knew what the result would be, but it was WBC world heavyweight champion, Ring Magazine champion, like I said, lineal belt champion fighting at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the World Championship. Now, if that was a fight without the belt, that don't sell. That doesn't fill out the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And that's the thing. The kudos of being a world champion will put bums on seats. It would turn people into paying the extra £12 a month. But you fight, and that's the thing. That's what AJ used to work to. He needs to get into World Championship contention pronto, just for financial reasons, in order to satisfy the deal.
Would it be different if Franklin had won that last fight? Does it look like he was fighting Dylan White? Is that the issue with why the pill's not there over there? It's just the fact that Franklin.
It's Franklin because we, as far as they're concerned, a lot of people think it would have gone 50-50 between Franklin and Dylan White. There's a school of thought that think Dylan White is a spent force now anyway. So they're not going to get anything out of that performance. It's just they're just going to sit. A few people think that Dylan White's a spent force now, and that he was a spent force going into that fight with Franklin. So by Franklin having a good showing, the fact is, if I'm going by what I feel people feel about Dylan White after he lost to Tyson Fury, you're right. He fought Dylan White. He nearly beat Dylan White, but Dylan White's a spent force. So again, trying to sell Franklin is going to be hard. So you're selling AJ, the AJ comeback. But as I said, you got Tyson Fury, going, up the end 62 with his belts, telling everyone he's the greatest, fighting them, whoever he wants. But he's got the kudos of the world, the title, and that's what AJ needs. Unless AJ's fighting a big fight, maybe spent force Dylan White, or maybe a eliminator with Joyce, then it's going to be very difficult for AJ to justify his contract with DAZN. That's the way boxing is now.
Yeah,
that's his business, mate. Sometimes you can pick money, but there's always pros and cons to every decision that you decide to make. You get more money.
You've got to think about the bigger picture. Yeah, but DAZN
then makes less money.
Sky not, but remember why Eddie Hearn left Sky? Eddie Hearn left Sky because Sky are not.
Budget.
Because the reasons Eddie Hearn, as much as Eddie Hearn's done a really good job, they want more. You know, what Sky really wanted was the Deontay Wilder fight versus Anthony Joshua fight. And as far as Connor's concerned, they don't care. They don't care whether Deontay Wilder wanted more money or pulled that. The fact is, they pay Eddie Hearn to deliver these big fights, and all Eddie Hearn has delivered in terms of Anthony Joshua, he's delivered all it is was like Klitschko. That's all he's delivered. Now that's not Eddie Hearn's fault, but that's what Sky paid him for. They're only going to give him a big budget if he delivers big fights. As far as I'm concerned, the Dillian White, sorry, not Dillian White, the Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua fight, whatever order you want it in, would have been a massive fight for Sky, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
As far as they're concerned, it's down to Eddie, even though, regardless of what we think, that's down to Eddie, and that's why you can't give a promoter a massive budget if he's not delivering the big fights. Simple.
Fight fan 30 said DAZN's about to leave the building.
Eddie Hearn's going to America. Why do you think he's going to the American market? It's because he knows he cannot justify that his bill. The bill is bill for a DAZN. That's why he's sucking up to Canelo, sucking up to every American fighter out there, because he knows that with the British fighters he has on his roster, he can't deliver. That's why he needs Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, if Joshua doesn't get back a belt, he's fucked for Eddie. If Canelo don't get any other wins or Canelo bows out, it's fucked for Eddie. Because he hasn't really kept a big eye on his UK stable as such. What's happened is Sky Boxer's taken everybody, haven't they?
That's Frank Swift's job. That's Frank Swift's job to do that. Frank Swift should be pulling his finger out her ass and spending less time with his fiance. Chris Eubank Jr.'s daughter.
Yeah,
who is Frank Smith? Oh, that's
the geezer that works at Matchroom with Eddie.
The little shit who is not a good advert for boxing fans. He's out of shape. He's 26 and he looks like that 36.
I know him. Yeah.
Like, the issue with the zone is, man, that it's hit a wall with his stars, and they're not no progression. If the De La Hoya fighters, like you got, I guess Virgil Ortiz will be a star for them. He's not trying to level up and fight anybody. The Terrence Crawford fight would have been huge. He don't want it. Like I said, Anthony Joshua, he's trying to get back in play. But even though they have Usyk, but Usyk's not box office. He's not. AJ made the whole deal to begin with. AJ is the reason why that money is flowing. I know Canelo, whatever, but AJ is the reason why the money's flowing. And he's your marquee name. And then you have Bivol, and his marquee matchup is another guy that's on another promotion that you're not going to be able to make that fight. You're going to rewatch a Canelo fight. To be honest, even Canelo fans don't want to watch because they think he's going to get beat again. All their marquee fighters, just think about it. They're just like at a dead end right now. And so it's like, what's the prospects is going next? And like you said, Kenny, Eddie Hearn's already shopping for the next horizon, the next bag.
Well, now, his biggest star is guaranteed stars, Katie Taylor.
Respectfully, but it's really nothing, is it?
Well, when I look at the consensus, I can't say it's a consensus because it's not a poll. But when I look at comments or whatever, people are like happy.
I know
people like the hype train is over, or so all of that. So yes, you just kind of is this how people think or whatever. So
they hate Eddie Hearn, so they want it to be like sort of people be
right. And then they said he's the most protected fighter in history. So you know how fans are. Boxing.
No, they're the bad boys that say shit like that.
I mean, boxing people,
This is them fanboys. You take them with 2 grains of salt, mate. Because
that's true.
It's just a repeated script by this time. At this point, we've heard every heard every statement, every slander, bit of slander. We know it off by heart with all fighters and stuff. It's like they're not even. Can't even think of anything else. They're not even creative anymore. It's just like regurgitation. So whatever. You know, people are going to be people, and opinions are going to be opinions. Is there anything else that you guys would like to touch on before, or if we?
I just want to say, the Jared Hurd. That
Kenny
was sad.
Ken can leave the building.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks, King Kings, AJ, Lisa, LadyChann. I'll speak to you guys next week.
See you later, Kenny. Shouts out to you.
See you later, Kenny Ken. Have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Kenny Ken. Shouts out to him.
Yeah.
Go
nice
ahead.
guy, Kenny Ken.
Lost, didn't he? So.
Yeah. Yeah, Jared Hurd. That was sad.
What's he fighting at now? 168?
160.
160.
160. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he weight bullying at 160, is he?
Well, I mean, now I think the guys at
Getting
160 he's
knocked out
fighting
at
have a size of, they're probably equal to him in size, or probably bigger. But I think he should have moved up years ago. He should have moved up years ago.
Yeah.
He's been a big lad. He was big at 154. He was massive there. He's
huge.
Yeah.
I don't know. 160. I mean, what's
He
his
should be
height?
168 now. I mean,
He's 6'2".
6'2". Yeah, he's a big lad.
He shouldn't be fighting that style. This is why the clock is on like Figueroa. When you fight that style, once your armor, your chin gets cracked, it's over. When he lost to Williams, his career was done. When they started talking about, oh, well, let's do this and that, if that was the case, then you would have did that. Robert Easter Jr., same thing. He got beat up by Mikey Garcia, basically done. Paul Williams back in the day got knocked out. That chin, once your armor gets cracked, that's why I said Figueroa, he got to get what he needs to get done, because and he's already got chinks in it. You know, he's been clipped a few times. So Hurd has no business fighting, and like I said, he was getting away with stuff for so long. The only reason we didn't see it happen quite yet to Zerto is because Bivol doesn't hit quite hard enough, but his same situation where you're just trying to use brute force to beat guys up. Once they start beating up on you, it's over. So yeah, Hurd, man, I don't even know what that dude stay getting fights, man. He like the new Austin Trout. You know how Austin Trout is always popping up on a damn card? That's Hurd, man.
I mean, he was inactive for like 21 months. They said,
he was inactive.
Yeah.
I mean, just a fighter that they drag out, that they use his name, but he is going to lose every time.
Yeah, Arias beat him in his first 160 bout.
Yeah.
That's the last time I saw him fight. I don't know if he's fought.
Yeah, that was like June 2021.
Where and was it a yellow undercard or something?
That was on the Floyd Logan undercard.
Oh yeah, it was that long ago.
Yeah.
Drag his name out.
Because I remember
and he got lit up like a Christmas tree in that fight too.
Yeah, I remember. But when the doctor stopped, I kept seeing the blood. I just felt bad for him because kind of like
he had a bad cut on his lip. That's then they after the knock round,
it was
the doctor stopped it.
It was a bad laceration.
And
they stopped it at the beginning of the 10th round. Before he made it
on his lip or his eye.
His lip.
His lip. It was
that dude.
bad.
That dude was piecing him up, man. It was bad. I mean, so this is what happens when you have no defense and you use your face to constantly block punches. And I think the reason why he got away with it is how big he is, and not necessarily these guys can't necessarily knock him out. I mean, but now he technically, it wasn't a knockout, but he technically got stopped now for the first time in his career, more or less. So you know, the same thing with Figueroa. He has that problem too. It's going to work one day. What you're doing is going to work for now, but one day it's not.
No, he got stopped by J-Rock.
Yeah,
no, that was a decision. He lost on points.
Oh, he did.
He did.
I thought he got stopped in that fight.
No, J-Rock stopped him.
The J-Rock dropped him, but he won on points though. It was still a points win or a points loss for Jared. That's where it was.
Do you want me to check?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm checking. Hold on. Let me pull it up now. I'm curious. Let me see.
I could have sworn J-Rock stopped him.
Yeah, I remember J-Rock
crazy because I am crazy now.
Yeah, it was a points loss. The UD. He lost the UD.
Oh, okay.
He did, yeah.
He just knocked him down. Okay, gotcha.
He dropped him in the fight. He got dropped in the fight, yeah. So
yeah. Wow.
Then he lost a split decision to Louis Arias. That should have been a UD. No way in hell Jared
Mm-hmm.
Hurd won that fight. I don't know how one judge gave it to him because I saw it. So,
yeah, he lost 8 rounds in that fight. I don't know how that was close. That's not
yeah. So somebody gave the split decision. So yeah, somebody scored it for Jared. It's like, how the fuck was that possible? Like,
but the way his lip was bleeding, I was like, that's not good.
So what did it go as, a technical knockout or a technical decision, or what was it?
That's a TKO, I believe.
TKO.
Yeah.
It was after 4 or 5 rounds.
It was stopped on a cut. So yeah. So
10th round.
Okay.
10th round after the 9th, right before the 10th.
Who was he fighting? Other geezer was
some unknown Mexican guy. What's his name?
Resendez.
Resendez. That's the last name. Yeah,
something.
So that means he was ahead on the cards then.
Oh yeah. Jared was losing. He was clearly losing. He was. Yeah, he was down on the cards anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have lost the decision had the fight went the distance. And
he was throwing good stuff in certain spots, like he was uppercutting him really nice. He landed a nice uppercut, and then he was uppercutting to the body, the stomach, to the body, and then like there was some things he was doing because you could see he's still in between styles. He's in between the style that he used to be and this new style, but it's not all together yet. But a lot of people are saying that they feel like he should retire. I mean, I don't know, but he did take a
his fighting style. Yeah, it's just the way he fought this fight. I mean, his fighting style was based on attrition. Like he would bring the pressure until, like, he was always losing rounds. He was losing rounds in the lower fight, but it's like he would bring so much pressure that eventually he would just break you. He can't do that no more.
Yes.
So his style is over. So if you're trying to turn him to an outboxer, well, I didn't see any jabs last night. He's still fighting the same damn way. It's just occasionally he stands up and point and throws the jabs. Like, bro, come on, man.
I mean, but he couldn't box this guy. I mean, the way with this guy was fighting, he had no choice but to do what he used to. You know, I mean, he was really taking it to him. He was, and like now he's lost 3 of his last 4 fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep trying to lower the competition, but it keeps getting worse and worse. I haven't heard from Aries since then. Like, I think he had another fight after that, but it's like they keep trying to lower the bar. They finding people, and he can't get it done, man. He's just finished. He's just gonna be taking punishment. He's gonna end up in a wheelchair. Keep fighting like this.
You know what, King of King? I can't remember who said that. It was OG Shelton. I saw him the other day. He said the same. Yeah, Shelton moved out of state.
You saw him in New Jersey?
No, I saw him on a live.
Yeah, he's in Vegas. He lives in Vegas.
Yeah, he moved. Yeah. He said the same exact thing as you. He said, if this guy keeps going on like he is, he gonna be drinking out of a straw and mashed potato for brains. I kid you not.
Jeez. Yeah.
And it was sad to hear that. Yeah.
Someone just said it. He defends with his teeth. So yeah, he gets some brain injuries, mate. Whatever the weather. That's it.
His defense is his face, more or less.
Look, it's Paul that said it. Maybe he should retire then.
Yeah, sad chance.
32. So he's a young'un still. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but how much does he have left? Now he's losing to like this unknown Mexican guy. I never heard of this guy before he fought him. Like,
yeah, sometimes you got to bow out gracefully. It don't really matter about your age. If you ain't really doing something correct, you just have to leave it alone, innit? To be honest, yeah, may as well just leave it.
Good fight though. Really enjoyed it. So
after that, you may as well try. Good fight though. Look, everyone's trying to put some positivity on it. Good fight though.
No, it was a good fight. I mean, but Jared took a pacing, but it was still good.
Yeah.
Me as a fan, I enjoyed it. So.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, but I'll try and catch up because it was on the card. It was on the Magsayo.
It was the co-main. The co-main, yeah.
Okay, so I'll get to see it because I'll just try and because tomorrow we're doing the point score, rewatch and point score and that anyway on the Figueroa and Magsayo. See what it is, and we will be because we was going to do Fulton Figueroa, then this.
Yeah, we can still do that because Fulton hasn't fought yet. He's got to fight. He's fighting Inoue. That was announced. So.
Yeah, he's going to be fighting. Is he?
Inoue. It's official. Yep, May 7th.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, was that finalized?
It's official. This is a done deal. It's going down May 7th.
He's going to Japan.
Heading to the land of rising sun, man. Credit to him. That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that morning off, man.
Me too. I gotta make sure I'm not working.
It'll be on Tuesday, probably.
Be on a Wednesday, Tuesday, or will it be on a? It's Wednesday for China, isn't it? I mean Japan. I think it's Wednesday for their boxing. You could be right. Could be Tuesday. But yeah. So oh well. Shouts out to Jared Hurd. Maybe you just got to retire. And we'll be doing a point score and rewatch tomorrow. It wasn't really that much going on, you know. I'd like to keep the shows not too dragging on anymore. So it wasn't really that much going on. So tomorrow we have got on Wednesday we do have Steve Kim coming in the building.
Oh, nice.
He'll come and join us on Wednesday. So tomorrow, yeah. So you'll see me tomorrow on the point score and rewatch and point score for the Figueroa Magsayo fight. Wednesday we'll have Steve Kim, and guys, you need to join the membership. Steve Kim will be on non-members only. I will be doing a members only live at the weekend. Sorry, I did a little bit of slacking, but I will do members only live. You could chop it up about anything you want. You lot take the wheel. I'm literally not putting out any topics or anything. Just do talk about what you want. Give you, free reign. Do what you want. Agreed. Retire while brain is still walking. Life too damn short. Exactly. Yeah. So you see me a few more days again this week, like you did last week. So shouts out. So I would like to let me thank my co-host Kenny Ken was in the building. AJ All Day, aka Bumblebee, is in the building.
Yeah.
Bumblebee.
Yeah. Shouts out to King of King Boxing in the building. Shouts out to Lisa Bales, the Queen, in the building.
Thanks for having me.
Always welcome, sis. Always welcome. Conor Benn. Oh God, people calling him Conor Benn. Oh, Pitbull, you're a member. Shouts out to the new member Pitbull.
Yeah, he made it. He made it. Great.
Pitbull. Okay, we can add you. We can definitely add you. Thank you for your membership. So I can give you the roll call. Usually it says when I come on the live, it will tell me that, there's a new member. It just doesn't tell me.
That was the gift membership, sis.
Yeah, and Boxing God 24.
Mm-hmm.
Boxing God 7. Nice. Boxing God. And Zara as well. I just say that off the top of my head. No, Zara. Shouts out to y'all. Also, okay, we got another super chat. Massively appreciated, Paul, Dr. P. Shouts out to you. Thank you for the gift. I gifted 2 memberships tonight. Thank you very much. That's nice. Let's see if they stay on. Gift that keeps on giving. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's it. You found out how to do it. Much salute to Dr. Paul for gifting me that, and salute the ladies on the panel. No worries. Okie dokes. So, how we do, we sign out for you, girl. I don't even know whether, solo layout. That's what I need. Massively appreciated. So, I'm gonna do the members only roll call. I'm going to, everybody get removed. Thank you very much. Shouts out to Andrew H in the bootism, Ivor in the Eastern, Modern King Boxing in the bootism, Don Juan Mano in the bootism, Ben Adams in the bootism, Stephen T in the bootism, ERF Boxing in the bootism, Mark Niggity Nash in the bootism, Mark in the bootism, Skin Boxing Commentary in the bootism, Dub Rightside in the bootism, my art to the left, thank you for your phone call in the bootism. D-Star Boxing in the bootism, Devil Beats in the bootism, Jimmy McClenny in the bootism, Ringside Reporter Live in the bootism, Queen Lisa Bales in the bootism, AJ All Day in the bootism, Talo in the bootism. Upload type in the building. El primero, ya tú sabes. King TJ, RIP in the building. Miss you, TJ. Dr. P in the building. Thank you for the gift. Ricky Ricardo, mi hermano, ya tú sabes. King Boxing in the building. What up, LadyChann? Pitbull in the building. Boxing God in the building. Zara in the building. Massively appreciated. So, you know how we sign out. You know, we deal with stats, facts, and data, not opinions here.
I have opinions just like anyone else. You got opinions. But unlike what you're doing is I bring facts, data, statistics, things you can go look up yourself.
I know. People that don't like stats, facts, and data, when they see my show, they're like,
hate it.
But, you know, we throw them all in the tray. Shouts out, man. Shouts out. Anyway, so let me just remind you that tomorrow we shall be back here. I'm rocking and popping. I don't know if we're going to be locking, but you know. So knowledge is key round here. Just remember that. We won't even give you a few good men. We'll just give you that courtesy of LadyChann. Knowledge is key.
Knowledge is key.
So if it gone.
So if it gone. Nobody see nothing because nothing not a one. Lock off your eyes, cough me, make you cough.
Take your medication, fanboys. Been that bitch. Always will be that bitch. Somebody had to sign up for it, and I filled, and I ticked all the boxes. You know, is what it is.
It's tight, you suck at life, you don't want a round three. Worship the queen and your mic pass. Keep it real, these chicks couldn't wipe my anyway, now let's go get Ferrari. I am the ultimate Bengali. These chickens can't even spell that. You hoes fucking repel that.
Let's go!
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Yep, the weekly wrap-up Shiggity Show. Massively appreciate if you joining me. So, also follow me on Twitter. And if you like what I've got to say and interested in 140 characters, we do have a bit of fun around there. We all rock out around there. And also, if you like to see photos and pictures, follow me on Instagram at LadyChann, LadyChann, as it's spelt there. No one ends. I've been on long enough for you lot to know it's two ends. So, yeah, so I'm going to bid you adieu. Anyway, I'm gone. See you guys tomorrow. Hey girl, it's LadyChann rep nonetheless. Come box with Shan. Oh God. Jan! LadyChann, thankfully, has left the building. Jan! LadyChann! Fight!